Welcome to the Undisputed podcast. I'm your host, Jenny Taft. This podcast is the full show from today's episode of Undisputed from start to finish. We've got a busy slate, so skip Shannon. Let's get to it. Welcome to Undisputed. We are live from Los Angeles. I'm Jenny Taft here with Skip Bayless, Shannon Sharpe. Hi, guys.
Hi, Jenny. How are you?
Good.
That's a nice shirt. At least it looks good on you.
Oh, okay, you got jokes.
That's a Caddyshack line. Remember that Rodney Dangerfield? You get a bowl of soup with that?
What
you get a bowl of soup
What
with
about
those.
these, Skip?
Where are your socks?
Don't worry about that. See, there you go always talking. Nobody ask you about those socks. I ask you about the shoes.
Ashy ankles?
Fancy.
Hey, because they say, you need to put Skip in his place talking about this shoe game. I say, yeah, you know what? I think I'm going to do that.
You know what? Are you been reading Twitter?
I mean Twitter, Instagram, all my social media.
You know what? I don't need to put mine up on the desk because everybody knows every day.
Because your hamstring tight. You can't do it.
Everyone already knows.
That is true. You got me on that one.
Yeah, it's hard
What's up,
to do.
bro?
Here we go.
It's hard to do. Well, they look nice. We have a lot to get to on today's show. Did Jerry Jones put a lot of pressure on his Cowboys yesterday? He had a few things to say. And will James Harden be able to see by Saturday? Am I the only one worried about that? But we are going to start with Kevin Durant. He has been pretty unstoppable in the playoffs, averaging over 34 points per game. Katie told our friend Chris Haynes, quote, "I'm just having so much fun right now. This time of year is what I'm geared for." He's trying to win his third straight title. And yesterday, Yahoo asked the question, what's it going to take for Durant to surpass LeBron on the list of all-time greats? The King has one more title than KD, but LeBron never won 3 straight. The article says that Durant chased rings in Golden State, but LeBron did the same thing in Miami. So what if Durant wins this year and then goes to the Knicks and wins a title in New York? So Shannon, is it realistic for KD to pass LeBron?
Realistic. No. I'm
Why
tired
did
of
it take you so long to
Because I was trying to figure
torn?
out. No, not torn. Skip Bayless, you need to stop. Anyway, I'm tired of people trying to equate what LeBron did in going to Miami and what KD did going to Golden State. They're trying to compare a speeding ticket to armed robbery. Yes, in the eyes of the law, we both broke the law, but one's going to be treated more harshly. You remember, before LeBron arrived, they had won 47 games. They went out in the first round. Before KD arrived, they had 73 wins and lost in the NBA Finals in a Game 7. They also, well, go ahead.
But would you tell me about Draymond? He went crying into the parking lot and immediately called up one Kevin Durant and said, "Come save us.
Right.
We need you."
Yeah, he did.
Right?
He
Okay,
did
go
that.
ahead.
That's
Go
true.
ahead.
That's fact.
All right, okay.
And when he did that, Skip, how do you equate, says, okay, 47, so the team that KD joined plus 26, a 2-time league MVP. Steph Curry is the only man in the history of the game to ever win the MVP award unanimously. And all the greats, Russell has 5, never done that. Jordan has 5, never done that. Kareem has 6, never done that. LeBron has 4, never, ever done that. That's what KD did, linked up with that. Okay, let's go to, second of all, MVPs in the regular season is 4-1. Bron. All NBA first teams, 12-6. Bron. All first team, all defense, 5-0. Bron. Do you know, Skip Bayless, since LeBron James has entered to the NBA, he's led his team in a scoring and assist all 16 years. Do you know Kevin Durant has never led his team in assists? Never, ever in his long-legged life has he done that. So, Skip Bayless, it's hard for me to believe a scenario in which my guy has one regular season MVP can be past the guy that has 4, that has 12 first-team All-NBAs. And I tell you what, you know what? Let me tell you how he can do it, Skip. If Kevin Durant were to go join the Atlanta Hawks and get them to the NBA Finals, tell them to come talk to me.
How about the New York Knicks?
No.
No? Why not?
Because
they're loaded, right?
This is what we
know.
know.
They're not.
Hold up. This is what we know. When Kevin Durant left OKC, Russell took that team to the playoffs. When LeBron left the Miami Heat, what happened the following year? When LeBron James left the Cleveland Cavaliers, the worst team in the NBA is who, Skip?
Is it my turn?
It's your turn. Take it away.
Thank you. You made a really good stab at trying to protect your
I ain't
man.
trying to protect
who,
nobody.
By the way, he's just sitting at home watching us right now. He's not even getting ready for any playoff games because he missed the playoffs.
Oh, Kevin Durant's never missed the playoff. I just want you to say that. Never.
Well, I'm about to shred everything that you just said.
Try.
Because here is the point, and I've been trying to drive this point home to you for 2 years on this show. Kevin Durant is already on his way to passing LeBron James as the second best player ever. And trust me, neither of them will ever come close to the GOAT, the absolute all-time walk-away, no questions
about to be
asked
better than
GOAT.
Jordan?
No.
Okay,
that's the
LeBron
guy.
already to go.
Says you.
LeBron
No,
go.
it says me. So here's what's happening.
Okay.
Kevin Durant, right before your very eyes that you can't focus, I guess you got James Harden. So maybe you got raked.
I got poked in LA
Did you get
hard.
raked? Okay. Yeah, you got it. You got a lacerated eyelid. I don't know. What's wrong with you?
Something's up.
But here's the point. Over the last 2 years, Kevin Durant has taken over this league. He is now determining the outcome. He is the difference maker who is deciding the championships of the National Basketball Association, and he will decide this year's, and on July 1st, he will decide the next couple of 3 championships, because I'm pretty sure he will go to New York, and then we'll start to see what happens. And if he goes up there and starts doing what he has been doing, you're going to be in bigger and bigger and bigger trouble, because your guy's legacy is pretty much what it is and will be, because I don't think he can add much to his legacy.
Oh, he
going
can't,
forward.
but KD can.
Well, KD can. KD's just 30 years of age, so he's got.
So LeBron. So now I'm make sure I'm hearing you correctly.
Okay.
So if LeBron wins another MVP, LeBron wins another title, that does nothing to his legacy.
No, it would enhance, but how's he going to do that unless Kevin comes to L.A.? If you got me there, if Kevin comes to join the Lakers, you got it.
Oh.
You got me.
Okay.
But even if he leaves the door open in the West by leaving Golden State, your legacy is still in even more trouble, because he'll go to the Eastern Conference and start dominating there. So what have we seen over these last 2 years? As you said, Golden State was up 3-1 in the finals over LeBron James' Cavaliers. And what happened right on schedule? Steph came up even smaller than he often is in the postseason. And Klay just disappeared like he occasionally does in the postseason. And Draymond Green occasionally, through that span, after he got suspended for that pivotal Game 5, he occasionally looked like the second-round draft pick that he was. And I'm going to say it again. If you took those 3 and just put them in the park, and you're choosing sides, you're just choosing up to play 5-on-5 shirt skins, and you look at those 3, I just don't know if you're picking them automatically 1, 2, 3 if there are 10 guys lined up in the park, because they don't look the part. Any of those 3 guys just don't look the part. And I think they've been a little overrated in star power, as far as having a dynasty. I'm not so sure about that, because I've never bought completely into Steph in the postseason. I said the other night he actually hit a big postseason shot that should have been disqualified, because he should have been disqualified with his 5th foul.
Skip, I love how you continuously do that. You continuously undermine Steph Curry. Oh, he had a 3-1 lead. But what about Durant? He had a 3-1 lead on Steph before Steph got the 3-1 lead on LeBron. And Kevin Durant came up shorter than Toya in the Western Conference Finals.
Glad you brought that up, because now it's coming clearer and clearer that for 8 years, Kevin Durant was stuck with Russell Westbrook.
Oh, he was stuck now.
Well, what happened 3 of the last 4 years he played with Russell Westbrook? Russell Westbrook, especially the last 2 seasons they played together, took more shots than Kevin Durant. 3 of their last 4 years together, Russell, ball hogging, took more shots than Kevin Durant. And Kevin still, in Oklahoma City, stuck with a victim of the decision-making and ball hogging of Russell Westbrook. He still won 4 scoring titles and an MVP, but he was shackled by Russell Westbrook, so he couldn't match LeBron in MVPs because he didn't have his usage rate. If you want to compare usage rates over career, ball in hand, LeBron's had it like a third more of the game than Kevin Durant has, and even in Golden State, he just shares the ball. He just gets them when they come to him. So what have we seen? He has won back-to-back Finals MVPs by going to the King's house and beating him at his own game right in his face. What was the passing of the torch shot 2 finals ago, late in Game 3 in the King's house? That was 45 seconds left. And by the way, down the stretch of that game, the last 1:15 of the pivotal Game 3, the turning point of that series, Would you believe Kevin Durant went on a 7-0 run just by himself to win that basketball game and effectively just end that series? And remember, he shot the shot of shots. They were down 2, and he dribbled the ball up the floor and shot it right. I don't know if we have that shot. Are we seeing it right now? Yep. Shot it right in LeBron James' grill. Shot it right in his face and made a 3-point shot that just ended the series effectively. And again, he came right back and did it again last year, and this year he's taken it up another level. Everybody talks about how the 7-foot monster is now completely unstoppable because the guy who can be so thin-skinned, so defensive, so unhappy off the floor is so mentally tough in the clutch on the floor. I've never seen anything like it, but I can't defend him off the floor, but I can sure defend him on the floor.
Skip, everybody talking about hooting and hollering about Kevin Durant in the playoffs this year. Did you see what LeBron did last year? LeBron dropped 51 against 4 All-Stars. He didn't drop 50 against the Clippers. He dropped 51 in their building on their heads.
He got swept.
Hold on.
He got swept. He melted down right on schedule.
I'm just asking you a simple question.
Okay, but who won the game?
Oh, they won. Oh,
okay.
So now we care about who won the game because you don't say that when Jordan dropped 63 on the Celtics. You never say who won the game.
So let's just look at the finals records of Kevin Durant and LeBron James.
Yes.
They're not always head-to-head, obviously, but would you believe that Kevin Durant in NBA Finals has averaged 32, 8, and 5, and he shot 43% from the three-point line in the NBA Finals?
Yeah.
So LeBron's averaged 28, 10, and 8. Really good, but he's only 34% from the three-point line and only 74% from the free throw line, where Kevin Durant is 91%.
Well, field goal percentage.
55% for Kevin Durant, 47% for LeBron James. So I can just match up their finals, and obviously...
With 3? So all you're going to do is take 3. All you're going to do is take 3. LeBron has been 9 times.
Okay, I got it. But let's talk about those 9 times, shall we?
Yes, we shall.
Let's go back to a flashpoint for Kevin Durant's career in Oklahoma City, because this is the first time they met up was Miami versus Oklahoma City in 2012. Remember this one? After LeBron, of course, had suffered the all-time superstar meltdown.
We're not talking about that. We're talking about Kevin Durant. Okay, yes, good.
Okay, so who won game 1 of that finals? Oklahoma City won. Would you believe Oklahoma City was the favorite in that finals? They were favorites.
Yes.
And they just rocked and rolled in game 1, and one just pulled away.
Okay. And then what happened in game 2?
In game 1, where's Kevin Durant here? He had 36 points in game 1. He had 32 in game 2. But remember, the flashpoint moment came late in game 2. I'm sorry, yeah, 36. Okay, so there's 9 seconds left. And Oklahoma City is down only 2 points. And Derek Fisher, we've had him on the show recently, inbounds quickly to Kevin Durant and caught LeBron a little bit off guard on the baseline. And all of a sudden, LeBron has no choice but to foul him, and he goes up and just fouls Kevin Durant. And that should have been a 2-shot foul, and he left the shot short. And to LeBron's credit, he did get the rebound and go to the other end and make 2 free throws that basically iced the game. But what if Kevin Durant goes to the free throw line as a 90% free throw shooter? He's going to tie the game at 90 all, I think it was, with 9 seconds to go. So now it will be up to LeBron to hit a last-second shot, and we know what's going to happen there. It's going to go to overtime, and Oklahoma City's going to win. Because Oklahoma City had just dominated game 1, and if they win game 2, now it's a 2-3-2 format in those days. But again, could Miami go home and win all 3 games just to get it back to game 6 in Oklahoma City? I don't think so. So what if LeBron loses that? What if, but think about LeBron's his finals career. What if Ray Allen doesn't hit the greatest clutch shot ever? What if Kyrie doesn't hit the closing shot to win game 7 against Golden State in the 3? But think about that. You got away with fouling Kevin Durant there. It's possible if everything went wrong for LeBron or went right for the opponent that LeBron James he'd be 0-9.
So if everything,
could he be 0-9 in the finals?
So what about if everything
he was on the cliff's edge of being 0-9?
What if everything went right?
Clerk.
What if everything went right and he's 9-0? Since we doing ifs.
What are you talking about? He was getting swept by the Spurs and swept.
What if he had another star player
and they won? Be enough that goes right for him to be 9-0.
Exactly. Yeah. You see what you try to do?
No, I'm not trying to do anything.
No,
I'm just saying it came down to those razor edge plays.
Yeah, but that's what finals come down to.
No, they don't. If you get swept by the Spurs and almost swept twice by Golden State.
I'm sorry, LeBron, that you got swept twice by a team that had 4 Hall of Famers.
And
That is so
and
bad
by the
of
way,
you, LeBron.
you got blown off the floor by a record margin in 2014 by the Spurs. So,
But guys,
I don't know, is that close?
again-
What could have changed that series?
Okay,
Nothing.
again, 4 Hall of Famers. Did the Spurs have 4 Hall of Famers? A simple yes or a simple no, Skip?
4 Hall of They had
4.
3.
4. So I just want to make sure I'm hearing you correctly.
Yeah.
Kawhi Leonard will not end up in Springfield.
I don't know. Got a long way to go there.
A 2-time Defensive Player of the Year.
Well,
A Finals MVP.
He's going to get docked for quitting on the classiest organization in pro
You just
basketball.
you told me earlier this week that everybody goes to the Pro Basketball Hall of Fame.
Well, he probably will.
So probably will. Okay.
Yeah.
Skip, the number says no. The number says no, it's not possible.
And by the way, when LeBron James did choose to join forces with those guys in Miami, guess who those guys were? Dwayne Wade is as mentally tough a basketball player as I have ever been around this side of Michael Jordan.
Yes.
And that includes Kobe or anybody else you want to throw in
Okay.
there. Dwayne Wade is one of the all-time leaders and winners in the history of pro basketball.
Not denying that.
So you're joining that. And to me, Dwayne Wade equals 2 Warriors. I'll take Dwayne at that point in his career over both Steph and Clay in the postseason. In the postseason.
Better player.
Okay? I'm just
Dwayne
saying,
Wade
no,
or Steph Curry.
intangibles, presence, impact on a basketball team. I'll take that Dwayne Wade, what was that, in 2011 that LeBron joined. And then, remember, Chris Bosh had made 5 straight All-Star teams in Toronto. Chris Bosh is 6 feet 11 inches tall. What's Draymond, about 6'6"-ish, something like
Okay,
that?
yeah.
So I'll take that Chris Bosh over Draymond.
Draymond got a Defensive Player of the Year.
Okay.
Is that good?
Hey,
Can I
Chris
interest
Bosh
you in
is
that?
really good.
Can I interest you in that?
Well, you can try,
Okay.
but I'll still take Chris Bosh in 2011.
Okay,
I'll take that guy.
okay, let me ask
So
you-
you're joining forces with 2 powerhouses
Okay,
in Miami.
Yeah.
That made you the favorite in 2 finals.
No, they were not the favorite.
Yes, they
were.
were.
They were the favorite. They were
favored in 2 of their 4 finals.
So how many times has LeBron been favored?
Well, I don't know. I'm just knowing Miami, 2
So
of
he
4,
been-
because I just looked it up.
So was he favored at any point with the Cavs? He went 5 times with the Cavs. So no.
He's favored to win the East every year in
No,
a
I'm not talking about
landslide.
the- hold on.
Okay, but you're trying to defend going to 8
No.
straight. Yeah.
I'm trying to defend whether or not he was favored. You say he was favored 2 of the 4.
Okay.
Well, he's gone 9 times. So now that makes it he's been the underdog 7 times. How many times has Kevin Durant been the underdog in the NBA Finals?
Probably
0.
none.
0.
Well, that speaks well of Kevin Durant. That's making my case because he
Actually-
is a nuclear weapon, and Vegas knows it. Vegas is not going to bet against Kevin
Let me ask you a
Durant.
question. I just want to know, just for my edification. If LeBron James goes to the Warriors and Kevin Durant stays in Oklahoma City, the Warriors are worse or better? Do they not win the title with LeBron?
I don't know. I don't know if LeBron can fit in up there. I'm just not sure.
With those snipers,
Hey.
you said he's the best passer for the three-point shooter in NBA history.
Here's what's happened. Kevin Durant has turned into the most unstoppable offensive force in the history of this game, including Michael Jordan.
No, yeah, stop
as
it.
far as just rising up and shooting over people, Michael was 6 feet 6 inches tall. This is 7 feet and long.
I'm just asking-
and will pull up like Michael never had a great three-point shot. This guy will pull up from 35 feet and just drain it.
What are you seeing from Kevin Durant in these playoffs that you didn't see from LeBron last year?
I'm seeing a Kevin Durant who's actually taken Clint Capella. So he is guarding the opposing center. I know LeBron on occasion has done that, but he can't do it the way this guy can rim protect and block shots and change shots.
You remember?
Guy,
Hey, do you remember when LeBron say, "Hey, I got Tim Duncan"? You remember he did that? You remember when he did that?
I don't.
Oh, so you told
Yeah.
Clint Capella,
I'll take
Tim
that
Duncan.
matchup for
Clint
me.
Capella, Tim
Yeah,
Duncan.
Tim Duncan in his prime versus LeBron. I'll take it any day, any night. Please, please, please. I'll feed him. I'll let him shoot 40 shots.
Let me ask you a question. You think Kevin Durant guarding Tim Duncan in his prime? You talking about Clint Capella?
You're talking about the greatest power forward in history.
Oh, but you threw out how many all
know
defensive?
what?
How many all defensive teams for Kevin Durant?
Kevin Durant is a more dominating defender than LeBron ever thought about.
That's not what the voters said. Not with the
what I
5
see.
first teams.
Did you hear
He got
Steve Kerr
0%.
after the game just raving? Who set the defensive tone for Golden State the other night? This guy did.
I know a guy that once led the whole NBA Finals in every statistical category. If there's a category that they measure, he led in it.
And I know
Block
a guy
shots,
who is
steals,
3-6 in the NBA Finals and is very lucky to have the 3. Because 2 of them were teetering on last shots by Ray Allen and Kyrie Irving.
Well, I would just wish LeBron had just gone on out to Golden State and linked up with Steph and Draymond and Clay, and then see what would happen.
He just went on down to Miami and he linked up with Dwayne and Chris Bosh and a whole bunch of role players who saved his bacon in that 2012 Finals. Do you remember Shane Battier, Game 2, hit 6 threes? Do you remember Mike Miller in Game 5, the closeout game, hit 7 threes?
I remember
Mario Chalmers in Game 4 scored 25 points, including 12 in the fourth quarter.
I don't know. Hold on.
Wow, interesting.
I don't know the Clippers.
That's quite a supporting
The Clippers, the first game against the Clippers, Steph was 38, 15, and 7. Game 2 of that series, in which they had a 31-point lead, Kevin Durant had how many shot attempts?
How about
How
Game
many
3
turnovers?
and how about Game 5?
No. Game 5.
Yeah.
Oh, you sure you want Game 5?
No, I want.
You
the
sure you
two-
want Game
I want-
5?
No, the 2 in L.A.
Oh, okay. I thought so. I didn't think you want Game because you saw what Sweet Lou did.
Yeah.
Sweet Lou.
No, 6.
Sweet Lou to the
Game
rescue.
6. Yep. 3 and
That
6
was
in
okay.
L.A.
That was
were
your
as-
defensive guy.
They were as dominating games as I've ever seen anybody
All
play
I
this
just-
side of Jordan, which is why this guy is passing LeBron as we speak.
Hold on,
because LeBron is sitting still right now. You realize that.
And
He's
still-
sitting
and
on his
still-
couch.
He's still on his couch and still like 2,000 points and playoff points ahead of him. He's never going to catch him in rebounds, never going to catch him in the set. But Skip, you need to stop this because we just
I need to start this. I started 2 years ago.
LeBron James averaged 34, 8, and 8 for the entirety of the playoffs. So let's see when the final numbers are tallied up, when it's all said and done, let's see what Kevin Durant's number is in these playoffs.
What's your eye test tell you? Big game, big finals game.
Give me Bron.
Who you want? Ball
Bron.
in hands.
Bron.
Ball in hands.
How many times I need to say it,
I'll
Bron?
take 35
Stop making
over
me-
the fake 23.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
That's the real 23.
The fake 23.
Real. Goat man,
Stole
goat
it.
man.
He stole it.
Goat man,
You're
goat
talking
man.
about armed robbery. That guy stole 23.
No, he didn't.
Yeah,
No, he didn't.
Yeah, stole it. He should have just left it alone.
You know why?
Let it be.
No, he shouldn't.
Yeah, come on.
No, he should not have.
Way to go.
But you need to stop, Skip.
Yeah.
You need to stop this. This is you getting bordering on ridiculously.
No, I'm
talking
not.
about Kevin Durant.
No, I'm not.
With one regular season
coming.
MVP. One.
It is.
So it's going to be, so I just want to make sure I'm hearing you correctly. The only thing that matters are titles.
Well, the only thing that matters is he's just playing at a much higher level than we've seen LeBron play at.
The guy fell off a cliff.
Has LeBron ever just like owned the whole NBA, like determined the outcome?
Yes.
I've never seen that.
Oh, yes, you did.
I've
Yes,
seen
you
him
did.
dominate the Eastern Conference or the least
everything.
or the Cakewalk Conference.
Guess what? LeBron James fell off a cliff this year. And he averaged more points, more rebounds, more assists than Kevin Durant. And he dropped off a cliff.
You want to know? You want to start comparing usage rates?
Just for the record, I know LeBron has a little more time on his hands. Started following KD on Instagram on Saturday, maybe checking out.
He just started?
Just started.
Aha.
Checking out the competition.
That's
I don't follow him.
Acknowledgement.
I don't think, I don't know.
Check
That
it
acknowledgement
out.
of what?
Of greatness, of you got me.
Well,
I gotta
you
see
know
what he's up to, kind of thing.
I got to go stop following some of these people because I don't want people to get the wrong impression. They might be getting the wrong impression. Stop looking at it, okay, little something I put up there,
That's
old
an
throwback.
interesting note. He's got a little more time.
Jenny,
on his
you know what I
hands these
noticed?
days. What?
You keep trying to find these old nuggets in here trying to undermine LeBron. I'm gonna have to send them old Sharps to get on those Hallmark.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Really?
Yeah, because you
Harsh.
keep trying to undermine LeBron.
That's just a fact,
You too.
Shannon. I'm just
I
trying to
just
do my job.
spit truth.
You
That's
don't
all
spit
I
no
do.
truth.
We've got some truth to talk about next.
Blasphemy.
Should Jerry Jones be thinking about a Super Bowl this season? Already, we'll discuss that next.
No mercy.
Spring is finally here, and if you're looking to get back into a great workout groove, we have to tell you about the latest from Peloton, the Tread. It offers an expansive range of boot camp, running, strength, walking, and stretching classes that reimagine the at-home total body workout experience. With Peloton Tread, convenience is key. Bring the best total body instruction to you at home on your time. Peloton knows you're busy. Classes range from 10 to 60 minutes long, so you can fit in a workout on your watch. Peloton Tread also provides access to trainers there to guide you through a wide variety of workouts. Work up a sweat with world-class instructors who are running, walking, stretching, and training by your side. The motivation is real time, and you never repeat the same workout unless you want to. The 32-inch HD touchscreen and powerful built-in soundbar make the Tread the most immersive and captivating workout experience. Don't miss a beat in a workout that feels larger than life. And with Tread, you can see your progress all in one comprehensive place. You'll be able to push yourself to new personal bests by tracking total output, distance, and heart rate. Discover the immersive and challenging total body training you can get from Peloton Tread. Peloton is offering listeners a limited time offer. Go to onepeloton.com, use the code UNDISPUTED to get $100 off accessories with the purchase of a Tread.
No mercy.
The Cowboys won the NFC East last season, then lost in the divisional round in the playoffs, but Jerry Jones thinks they'll be better in 2019. Jerry said, quote, "There is no tangible reason we shouldn't be expected to be better than we were last year." Jerry added, "I think we've made improvements coaching-wise. We're going to have real scheme changes on offense that is going to improve us." And then Kellen Moore, he's the new offensive coordinator. And Dallas added wide receiver Randall Cobb. So Shannon, is Jerry right?
Jerry, you should be, but you won't be. Yeah, that's what happened, Skip Bayless.
Oh, so that's how you're going to try to approach this.
Everybody. If I were to ask every owner, 31 other owners, do you think you'll be better than last year? What do you think all 31 of them going to say, Skip? Like you always tell me, what's he supposed to say?
Dan Snyder would say on a lie detector, probably not.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Guess what? I believe there are two things that's going to hold him back. And you're not going to like the first one I'm going to say. Quarterback and that first place schedule. You got games on the road against at the Saints, home versus the Pack, Eagles, on the road.
We get to play the Eagles twice every year. Get to.
No.
Go ahead.
Just stop it.
Yeah.
Stop.
I mean, that's just like given.
Oh, okay, yeah. But guess what? You take an L this year. Patriots on the road, Chicago in December.
That's a tough one.
Rams, Vikes, woo. And the quarterback. I get all that. Ooh, Dak, this is year 4. Everything's going to really, really start to slow down. We got Coop for a whole year.
Yep.
Offensive line, Travis Frederick started working back out with the team. Ooh, we're going to be good. No, it's not going to happen. Everybody thinks you're not going to just pick up where you left off. And guess what Vegas said? Vegas said you got 9 wins. That's what Vegas said. You won 10 last year. So guess what? You're not going to be as good. You're not going to make the playoffs. And if you do, it's as a wild card. You know what? I already bet you. You're not making no playoffs. Stay at home.
What do we have bet so far?
We already got 2 cases. Y'all not winning the division.
Want to make it 4?
On what?
Right now, take it 4. 4 cases.
That y'all going to win the division?
Yeah. I'll bet 4 right now.
So you want 2 more cases, y'all win the division?
Yeah.
4.
Okay. Okay.
You take it?
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Done.
Yes.
Jeez,
You let Jerry talk. You let Jerry talk you into a butt cutting.
I know Jerry Jones very, very well because I interviewed him for hours for 3 books that I wrote on the Dallas Cowboys, and he is prone to making outlandish statements, just shoot from the lip statements that can wreck his football team because of the word that you love so much, expectations.
Yes.
He can just shoot them through the roof that used to be a hole in the roof at Texas Stadium. But in this case, Jerry just spoke a fact. This is the all-time duh to me. This is the most obvious statement in the history of obvious because clearly they're just going to be even better than they were last year. How can they not be even better? Even better. They have won the division 2 of the last 3 years. And now can we count the ways? Amari Cooper changed life in Dallas last year. Once we got through that nightmare debacle on that, what was it? Monday night, yeah. Tennessee, I still haven't quite recovered from that game. But they recovered, and they went on a roll, and they won the division, and they just stomped on those Eagles, and they took Carson Wentz to school a couple times, and they won the division, and they won a playoff game at home last year over Seattle. And Again, they gave up 273 yards rushing. They will plug those holes next time, which means they're poised to take the next step in the playoffs. Will it be NFC Championship game or could it be Super Bowl? I will not be shocked by Super Bowl.
what?
But Jerry did not say, we're going to the Super Bowl. He didn't say that. He just stated the obvious. Travis Frederick is a Pro Bowl center who will re-solidify this line as the best offensive line in pro football. And it just gets deeper by the draft because they drafted another kid out of Penn State, another Connor. Yeah. So, again, I really trust the line with Travis Frederick back at center as the quarterback of the offensive line. Jason Witten is going to return, and again, will he contribute that much on the field? But just in presence, just in aura, mystique, just having Jason Witten as a coach on the field, coach in the huddle, coach in the locker room.
Who's going to be in the end zone? Is he going to get the ball in the end zone?
Yeah, I bet he will a few times. And I keep telling you, Randall Cobb is only 28 years of age, and he's going to take it up one level from what Cole Beasley used to be.
He better than Beasley?
Beasley. He is better. Whoa. He's just more electric. He has better deep speed than Cole. Cole Beasley's got a lot of speed, but he doesn't have that run-by-you speed that Randall Cobb has. Okay. He'll have new life, new lease on life after he got out from under that finger-pointing, blame-deflecting diva up in Green Bay.
That was unnecessary.
Am I right?
This is about Jerry and his Cowboys. Don't take shots at somebody from a distance.
Listen, when players come later in their careers to America's team, it's like, I have rebirth. Robert Quinn will have rebirth in Dallas. He's only 28 years of age. He will help the pass rush.
And hadn't had double-digit sacks since when, Skip?
Okay,
2014?
I don't care. I told you he's going to find new lease on life.
Okay.
George Iloka has started only 79 NFL games. You don't think he'll help the safety rotation? Yes, he will.
How many games did he start for the guy that drafted him?
I don't care. I don't know what happened, and I don't care.
Oh, you know what happened? He couldn't beat out the guy. That's what happened.
He will lay wood on people in Dallas. Just watch.
We already got a case of dude that he's going to keep that job.
Good. Okay, we got it. Tavon Austin was hurt for most of the year last year, and when he came back, do you remember in the playoffs against Seattle? He is electrifying.
What'd he do?
He'll give you one or two big splash plays a game. Just watch. He caught deep balls last year from Dak, and at the end of the year, he started to return kicks. And you say, wow, where has that been all year? Well, he didn't just pull his groin like LeBron allegedly did. He tore it. It was torn all year long, okay?
You keep telling me, Tavon Austin, Steve Austin, Dallas Austin. Guess what? Cowboys missed the playoffs.
Okay, guess what? Three of these kids that they just drafted, watch, they will contribute next year because Will McClay just keeps hitting and hitting. I told you the day after we came back on after the draft. He just keeps hitting year after year after year. So Tony Pollard out of Memphis, just watch. He may be kind of a gadget guy like another Tavon, but he will add some icing to the cake.
How many gadgets you need, Skip, at some point in time?
We got weapons.
You know what? You one of these old new age parents.
Weapons.
You keep buying all these new gadgets, and you know what? I'm an old school parent. I buy Big Wheel. I buy simple toys. You know what I'm saying, Jenny?
Guess
you buy
what?
all these old gadgets.
We got two big wheels at linebacker right now, and they're pretty young wheels, and they're just coming of age. And Jalen Smith, do you think he'll get better next year? Do you think Leighton Vander Esch, who was only a rookie last year, will get better next year?
I don't know.
Those are two of the best linebackers in football.
If I'm looking at the divisionals, I'm going to say no. What about the divisional round?
Yeah, which brings me to Kellen Moore that Jenny mentioned. Dak Prescott loves Kellen Moore. I never loved what was going on with the play calling last year. I think that Jason Garrett was too involved. Scott Linehan, I never quite trusted him.
Guy won the division and you cut him.
Watch what happens.
Fired him.
Dak Prescott is just entering his prime. Ezekiel Elliott is just entering his prime. This will be the first year those two BFFs have prime years where you'll say, whew, stars. Those are stars.
Well, we already look at Zeke as a star. He's led the league in rushing 2 or 3 years.
These are prime years. This is where you've learned how to play the NFL
I thought
game.
you were going to mention the most important thing first. You tell me the quarterback is the most important position.
Well,
it's the most valuable position.
I
but you listed it last.
No, well,
why?
Because it's the most obvious point of all.
No, it ain't no obvious. It ain't obvious.
All he's done is lead the whole league in game-winning drives over the last 3 years.
Tebow led a bunch of game-winning drives.
All he did was set the all-time first 3-year record for completion percentage. Nobody's ever completed a higher percentage of passes than Dak has in the first 3 years.
And
you can't argue. You're dead to rights.
Skip, there's a reason why you only catch small fish if you fish around the edge. The big fish are in the deep. He dinking and how you think he got the name Dink and Dak?
From you. You don't hear me call him that.
Is it true?
No, it's not.
airtime, ball traveling. Come on, Skip, you know that.
Did you see Michael Gallup as a rookie get behind people last year? You don't think he'll be better in his second year? Watch what happens. Just watch. Bombs away. Here we come.
We all
Yep.
expect
Yep.
people to get better from year 1 to year 2, from year 2 to year 3.
Yep.
But that's just like you told me. Oh, you automatically assume, well, they went to the playoffs last year. They went to the divisional round. They should go at least to the championship game, and who knows, maybe the Super Bowl. No, that's not how it works. You start all the way at the bottom, Skip. If you're climbing the mountain, you don't get to start in the middle of the mountain when you start back up. You got to start from the bottom and climb up again.
Yeah.
So that's what the Cowboys are going to be asked to do with that first place schedule.
Yeah.
Because guess what, Skip? Remember last time they had a last place schedule? They won the division in 2016. Then they had a first place schedule with what happened. Tell them, Skip, I don't want to talk about it no more. Tell the people what happened when they had the last time they had a first place schedule. Tell the people.
I don't think
You do know.
I don't think this schedule's that tough. I already told you the day it came out. This has 12-4 written all over it.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, it does.
I'm glad you said that. You don't think that schedule's that tough because I don't think the Cowboys are that tough. So it's perfect. Go hand in hand when you miss the playoffs.
So just watch what happens. They open with the Giants at home. I'll take that. And then they go to
They'll
Washington.
lose. I tell you what. You know what, Skip? I know what you about to do. You said they're gonna start the season 3-0.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bet you a case of do right now they don't start 3-0.
I got too many cases.
No,
I
no.
got too many.
Jeff's gonna
I don't
get
want to
you.
do. I'm going to save you from
Jeff,
yourself.
No, I want you to save me.
I'm gonna
Don't
save
save
you.
me. I'm
Seriously.
drowning.
Never
Pour
mind.
water on my head. If you see me drowning, pour water on my head.
Okay.
That's what I
so-
want.
So I'll
I want
give
the
you
Jets.
this.
I want the Jets right now for a case of do.
No. Then game 4, I got too many already. We can't even keep track of
Oh,
this.
yeah, we gonna keep.
Like you
No.
just.
I'm about to get
you're
it back.
drowning in.
I'm about to get
That's
it
what
back.
you're doing.
I'm
You're
about to
just
get it. I'm
drowning.
about to
You're
get it
not-
back with Houston. I'm about to get it back with the Rockets.
Yeah, you won one case from me because I had the courage and the loyalty to bet on my Spurs, who were the 7 seed against a 2 seed. 2 seeds in history have won 93% of those first round matchups. And so I said, okay, I'll do this. But I was already 34 cases up on you net.
Hold on, but let me-
so I just said, okay, so I gave you, and now you're full of yourself. You think you're Nostradamus.
Hold on.
He's gonna remind you.
How many 7 seeds have had the pedigree, the history, the aura, the coaching of the Spurs led by Greg Popovich?
I don't know about the coaching.
Don't do that, Skip. See, there you go. You were doing so good. I was really liking your argument. Then you go talk about Pop can't coach now.
Yeah. And my Spurs played them 11 times, Denver, and beat them 5 out of 11. So they were 5 and 6 against them. I'd say that was pretty great. But they don't really matter right now because this team
What about
is
your
about
other
to do
team?
big things.
Y'all not about to
And-
launch. You're
and
not about
again,
to take off.
I'm going to give you that at New Orleans is a tough game. But what did we do to New Orleans last year on a Thursday night? We always play Drew Brees pretty well. This team, it'll be a good matchup for
want
us.
a case
So
of
would
do.
I be shocked?
Can we go
if
on
they
the road?
win?
Can we go on the road?
Okay, and then all the tough games, we got Green Bay at home. We got
L.
Kirk Cousins at home.
You're not
I'll
worried
take
about
that.
that?
And we got the Rams at home. Thank you very much. We got revenge in that game.
Detroit, I can see you guys. Oh, and that stretch in November?
Wait.
Woo! Detroit, New England, Chicago.
Yeah.
At the beginning, well, that's December 5th in Chicago.
Yeah.
Oh, on a Thursday night in the cold. Now, you know it get cold in Soldier Field. Ooh, Skip. At that time of year in Chicago,
You know what? I kind of like my team in that game. I kind of like it.
That
Yeah, I
is
just
ooh.
kind of like it.
that's that kind of the statues have on
Yeah.
the coast. It'd
Yeah.
be so cold, G. Yeah, I saw it in Chicago one
So
time.
we get road games at Jets and at Lions. I'll take that.
Detroit's gonna beat you.
Really, we beat Detroit last year. I think we'll beat them.
And in y'all building.
Oh,
Now y'all go there.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, Tavon Austin came up huge in that game.
Yeah, Skip, you know what? Yeah, look, he's
Watch,
He's
just watch.
a gadget guy.
He was like the 4th pick in the draft. Come
He was
on.
like 8. But anyway, has he ever lived up to that billing, that expectation?
He did on occasion last year.
Skip,
Yep.
the guy played 2 games for you.
Yep.
Really?
Did you see him against Seattle run those kicks back? Whew. Whew.
They were called back.
This team is loaded.
Yeah, loaded.
This team
And that's-
clearly is a little better. That's all Jerry's saying. It's a little better.
And that's what's going to make it hurt so much more.
Yep.
Because the simple fact is you're loaded, and guess where you're going to be? Home.
How many wins do you have them with?
Like
Shannon?
8.5.
Vegas has
8.5,
9.
you can't
Vegas
win a
has
half game.
9.
Yeah, that's what Vegas do.
So you're calling them 8 and 8?
I might give you 9-7, but you're not winning the division.
You might give me 9 and
Yeah,
7?
yeah.
Well, who is if they aren't?
The Eagles. I keep telling you what
The
part about
who?
the Eagles.
Eagles 9.5. That's
With
what
that
Vegas says.
quarterback?
Here.
Oh, wait. Are they going to get Nick Foles back at midseason?
Walk
They're going to
it.
trade
don't
for
think
Nick
so.
Foles?
Walk
I
it-
don't think so.
Walk it to him will be healthy.
Oh, really?
He wasn't healthy last year.
How many playoff snaps has he taken in his
Don't
career?
worry about
like,
that.
how about none?
Well, your guy's
Really?
taking a lot, but he's 1-1.
Huh.
1-1.
You haven't had back-to-back 10-win seasons, though,
actually
since 96.
one-
You know how long ago that's been, Skip?
96.
96.
Back-to-back
I was like,
10-win seasons. That's
20. I don't know. I think my
You know
20s.
what? This is a new day and a
No, it's
new
not.
way.
It's the same
Yeah.
Cowboys.
you and
That-
Jerry.
You know what? My quarterback is nothing but a winner. That's just what he is. He is a winner. I'm
let
so
him be
happy to have
confident
him on
over
my
here?
side. And listen, he loves Kellen Moore. You're missing the boat on this because Scott Linehan, I should have called him Shannon Linehan because he didn't like Dak Prescott. He never.
Yeah,
put
he
the-
just stop it,
Come on.
Skip.
He always just.
Well, I hope.
inward.
Well, hopefully Kellen Moore called plays better than he played the position of quarterback. Let's just hope that if he
I
does
thought
that,
he was really good at
No, you
Boise
did not.
State. At Boise State, I thought he was good. I thought he was like a little Joe Montana. Well, he was. He was really good in college.
You know what?
Huh?
Shall I end on that note?
Yeah, you really should. Yeah.
No,
I
I'm
can't-
serious.
I can't believe you can say Joe Montana, Skip.
Well, I'm just saying he could really wheel and deal. He really gets football.
Father
was
a
a coach.
You do know what Joe accomplished at Notre Dame.
I got it.
The soup game.
I was there.
Okay.
I was there, and it was the coldest day of my life.
Okay,
No.
we'll leave it
It's
on
about
that
It's
note.
about to happen. No, it's about to happen this year. Gonna be the coldest day of your life when the Cowboys miss the playoff with this loaded
We don't
team.
need any of those. That makes
With that
this
loaded
harder.
team.
No mercy.
Let's move on to the Rockets, the team you guys want to talk about. They are down 0-2 against the Warriors, but on a positive note, they're expected to have James Harden back at 100% for Game 3 in Houston on Saturday. Harden
Shocking.
suffered a lacerated left eye in Game 2, but tests revealed there was no damage. Harden still dropped 29 points in the loss despite the injury. Shannon,
Yes.
what do you expect from Harden in Game 3?
A monster. A monster.
Really?
Yes. That's what I expect.
Well, that would be a first.
And I expect it to be 2-1 at the end of this ball game. That's what I expect, Skip Bayless. I demand that from James Harden. I do not believe the issue will be, I don't believe the eye, will be an issue moving forward. I do believe it affected him for a period of time in the game the other night. Cleared it up, put some little Visine in it. I use
Visine?
I use Nafcon
Okay.
8. That's that good stuff.
Really?
Got the redness out. You saw him started hitting them step backs on him. Now
That come from Germany or somewhere?
Yeah, what kind of eye drop is
that's
this?
a good stuff. Good stuff. Stop.
Germany.
Skip. I tell you stuff in confidence.
I don't even know what that
You're
is.
on TV. It's not.
No, but
That's like black market.
No,
isn't
but
it?
I tell you stuff in confidentiality.
Oh.
And then you come out and
You just said it on TV.
Yeah.
no, but I say, wait, they're from Germany?
I don't know.
You know,
I've never heard of those. Should I
But anyway,
look into that?
he needs to return to the regular season James Harden. He needs to.
That is true.
Yeah, I mean, we look at
Okay,
this, and we haven't seen that even in the Utah series.
We
We
have
haven't
not.
seen that 30, that 34, that 36, that 38, that 40-point outburst that we know he's capable of. It seems to me that the Warriors are content to say, you know what, James, if you want, we're gonna give you your shots.
Yep.
But what we're not gonna have you do is that get into the lane and dish the ball. Because they're trying to collapse on him. But James Harden is a one ISO player, and he'll get a lot of assists once he gets there. Like, I ain't got nothing else. Here, Capella, you take it and dunk it home. But he needs to have a monster game. He will have a monster game. And come Monday, when we come in here, I'm gonna be sitting back just like this here. We're gonna start the show and be sitting just like this here. Might go get me a pair of Harden Adidas.
Really?
Yep, I just might.
If somebody will give them to you, but you won't buy them.
I'll buy them.
Yeah.
You will.
Yeah.
You got the hookup somewhere.
I'm gonna get me a beard too. I forgot to find me, go to one of these costume shops and get me a beard.
Yeah.
We don't need to see that.
I'm gonna get me a
Please
James
don't,
Harden beard.
actually. I don't know if that would work.
Jenny, do you understand the irony of what he just said? I was the one who went out on the limb and said the Rockets are going to dethrone the Warriors. And their golden opportunity was Game 1. And I believe they got robbed. And I believe they were basically mentally defeated when they stepped on the floor in Game 2. And they played like it because they were beaten wire to wire by a superior Golden State team on that night. And I think it left them shell-shocked. And Kevin Durant has taken it up another level. And he loves to go on the road and shut up and shut down opposing crowds. And it's going to be raucous and loud and crazy there. And I just don't know. But I hope you're right about this because you are correct about one premise. It all depends on this man. And this man had as an extraordinary an offensive year as we've ever seen in the history of the game.
Yeah.
He invented a new shot that was virtually unstoppable. Step back, step sideways, step whatever 3 that you were either going to watch rip cleanly or you're going to have to foul.
Yep.
One way or the other, you couldn't stop it. And the reason it got so lethal is that he then perfected on top of it this year a Tony Parker Memorial floater in the lane.
Yep.
And if you did the sideways defense and made him go to his right, he would just say, okay, thank you. I'll go in the lane, and as I'm approaching Capella, I'll just loft it into the air and swish that from 8 feet.
Yep.
Well, now you just can't stop that.
You fouled him, you're 88% free throw.
88%, close to 90. It's just too good in the regular season. But what about now? On schedule, again, James Harden is looking mortal. He's looking closer to ordinary than he did unstoppable.
And the thing is, Skip, 29 points is nothing to sneeze at.
No, it's not.
But when he averaged 36 in the regular season and how he got that, I mean, the 60-point games, the high 50-point games, the 50-point triple-doubles, it was almost like we were coming in here almost doing something. Skip, have you ever seen anything like this before?
Nope.
Skip, I've never seen anything like
Nope.
this here. Not with the
After a
ease.
while, it was hard to talk about it on TV because what more can you say?
Exactly.
How great was it, Shannon? It was really great. How great was it, Skip? It was really, really, really great.
But
okay.
Harden
How about
is-
you,
No,
Jenny?
really
You
great.
really, really great.
But he's in trouble, Skip. He can ill afford to go out without a fight because he's starting to look a lot like Russ. Great regular seasons, and to come playoff time, for whatever reason, we don't see that same level.
But Russ has never been the shooting force that James
No,
can be the
no.
scoring force.
Well,
right?
he did, Skip. He averaged that first year triple-double. He averaged like 32, led the league in scoring.
Yeah, but it
But
just
it-
feels
it-
different.
yeah,
It feels like it's
yeah.
on another level of shot making.
He
right?
wasn't getting those 60-point games like James. He wasn't getting that 58. I mean, he'd have a 50-point game, a 40-point game, but James Harden, Skip, he had like what, 30, 31, 32 games of
Yep.
30 plus or more points. We had never seen anything like that since Wilt.
Okay. So, what have we seen right on cue from James Harden from year to year in the playoffs? Let's go back quickly and hit the lowlights. 2015, the closeout game at Golden State. He shoots 2 of 11 from the field, 0 for 3 from 3, and he had a record playoff 12 turnovers in that game. It was just horrendous.
That was
Then-
the one he bounced off his foot at the end?
Yes, he did. And then the all-time low point for James was a couple of years ago against my Spurs, closeout game at Houston, game 6, and he scores 10 points. He goes 2 of 11 from the field, 2 for 9 from 3, with 6 turnovers. It's just a disappearing act. 10 total points in that game. And guess what? The Spurs played without number 2 and without Tony Parker and won that game by 39 points at Houston. That's just shameful for James Harden, and he was right in the middle of that.
Yes.
Then what happened last year in games 6 and 7? Because obviously they had Golden State on the ropes. And then game 5, Chris Paul pulls his hamstring, and we know the rest of the story because now the onus and responsibility is all heaped on the shoulders of that number 13, right?
Yep.
And what did he do in games 6 and 7? And obviously 7 was on his home floor. He lost by 29 in game 6 and 9 in game 7. He was a combined minus 32, which was the worst on the floor in those 2 games. And he shot 6 for 25 from 3 in those 2 games. Well, that's playoff James, right? That's the guy we've come
So
not
far,
to
that's
love.
all we've seen.
Okay,
is that.
Okay, so is this a big deal to him? Yeah, it's a huge deal. And again, I didn't love it. Jenny didn't love what I was saying because Jenny wanted the poor man to be taken to the hospital about it.
Nobody knows Jenny didn't want to take to the hospital,
Yes,
but
she did.
couldn't see.
Come on.
You couldn't
As
see.
he said, I
bad
could
for him.
barely see. Yet we saw him make a 3 at the end of the first half and go gloating up the court with mock eye drops in his eyes,
just
like
trying to tell
eye
everyone
drops.
he's
I got
fine.
eye drops.
Yeah. Skip, you know sometimes,
drops.
sometimes.
Were those your eye drops? Those good ones that you got
Fancy
on the
ones?
black market?
We've all seen parents. You've had a parent, the kid fall. You okay? Stand. The kid might be, but you like shake it. You okay? It's okay, baby, not hurt. That's what James was saying. Trying to tell himself he's not hurt, knowing like, man, my eye.
Then the whole second half, as the game began to teeter and go out of control,
there you
he's
go.
like, I can't see. I can't see.
You make it seem like the man was a vampire.
The lights are too bright. Give me a towel. I got to dab my eyes.
You
And
try,
Tony said he
Skip,
was
you try to make it like he's
bleeding.
Barnabas Jones. You remember that series?
Barnaby Jones?
No.
Huh?
Don't worry about it.
Okay,
Anyway.
all right. Yeah.
It said he went to the eye doctor
Yes,
right away.
right away.
He escaped cornea damage.
You-
What if his vision was affected
Skip,
forever?
you got LASIK.
Yesterday, I do have LASIK, and it's really good.
Not as good as these glasses.
I
I
do
see
not.
everything.
Is
Can't
there
see
now
anything.
even more pressure on? I can see that.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
pretty good. You want me to read the
I
prompter
mean, I've
for
got
you?
my contacts in, thank God. So I think I'll
Way
make
to
it.
go.
Thank you.
But we need a big
Hey,
game.
they announced yesterday he is 100% okay. He looked 100% okay to me in the fourth quarter because he was
Yes.
really good in the fourth
Okay,
quarter,
well-
but it wasn't good
But
enough.
here's the thing, though, Skip. What about the end of the first, the second, and thirds?
Yeah.
Okay, he looked okay, so it took him that amount of time for the vision to correct itself.
So he just miraculously healed on the fly.
Skip, you know
The
how-
more you run, the more your eyes heal.
You know-
Okay,
you know
I
what,
get
Skip,
it.
you know-
That's the cure for raked eyes. Just run.
You know, hold on. Skip, you watch fighters get
Yeah,
thumbed in
okay,
the eye.
yeah, they do.
Does it affect them? Yes or no?
Well, getting thumbed in the eye can be a lot worse.
You saw the
than
man's
raked.
eye was bleeding, Skip.
Okay, he got raked. It cut his eyelid.
Okay, so why
eyelid.
was the actual ball of the eye, the white, the eye, whatever, the iris?
The cornea was fine.
Why was that red? That's what I need to know.
Okay, why was it red?
I mean, mine
'Cause he's
red
been
normally to that
rubbing his
dog.
eyes.
I used to normally keep that dog in there, but that's why my eyes red. But
You got those
brown.
Michael Jordan
Yeah, I got
red
a
eyes?
brown eye. I got my brown goggles on today.
Yeah.
But anyway, Skip,
Different
how about this?
reason.
Can we get a big game from Chris Paul? Can Chris Paul give us one of those old virtual?
You know what? It's a good question because I'm not sure I'm seeing that he's capable of that big game. I'm not sure.
You got to give us
Not seeing he's better.
You got to give us
How do you suddenly become us when I pick the Rockets? I don't
No.
get it.
We got a case to do on this one.
No, we do not have a case.
You
I'm
don't-
betting
hold on,
against
hold on,
myself.
hold on.
I'm not going to bet against
Hold on.
my pick.
You talk to Perky like, oh, you gonna take Golden? No, but you said you're taking Golden State.
Hey, if I had to bet on it, I would bet on
Well,
Golden
you have
State.
to.
You know, I wouldn't bet on Golden State. I just bet on Kevin Durant on the road because that's. Whew.
Okay, how about this? I bet you this. I bet James Harden has more points than Kevin Durant. Yo, that
I'm not going to
unstoppable.
bet against Houston.
Desperate over here. He wants.
What
to
you
bet.
mean?
I'm not going to do it.
You're not picking the game. Kevin Durant, that 7-foot
You know what?
monster, the one that shot LeBron James right between his eyes in 2 game threes.
Well, we're talking about the second best player ever. That's who we're talking about.
You know what? See, I came with you. I can't. You just walk. I mean, it's.
No, well, I can't bet against my pre-series pick. I'd be a fool. I don't do that. I don't waffle like you do.
I ain't waffling.
Yeah. Do I like my chances? No. But can they take a stand at home and win 2 games?
Yeah.
They're capable of it.
Yes.
I wouldn't bet a nickel on it.
Okay, I'm gonna see if
Or
you guys
drop.
can handle
Yeah, you
this
won't
one
bet
in the
no ginger
commercial
ale on
break.
it, huh?
Maybe we'll figure this one out.
drink ginger ale.
Coming up, is there now even more pressure on Dwayne Haskins
What is this
in
about?
Washington? More pressure. We'll explain.
No mercy.
Dwayne Haskins wore number 7 at Ohio State, but that number hasn't been worn by a Redskins player since 1985. Joe Theismann was the last number 7 in Washington, and he won an MVP and a Super Bowl. Haskins asked Theismann if he could wear the number, and the former quarterback said, quote, "I've given him permission. Not that I feel like I needed to, but he was respectful enough to ask." So, Shannon, are
Yes.
you surprised by this?
No, and it's a great gesture by Dwayne Haskins to reach out. It puts the player that wore the number in a very uncomfortable spot because say no, and then that gets out. He would let him, he thinks such ex-player. I mean, that was really nice of Joe, and I know Joe a little bit. That he was like, yeah, sure, no problem. I have no problem with it. Couldn't be me. I mean, that was a nice gesture. But I remember, Skip, I got the number 2 retired at Savannah State, and a gentleman reached out to me. And I say, I really appreciate that. That was really a nice gesture for you to reach out for me.
But you said no.
Yeah, I say, yeah, but that's going to be a no. Because when Dr. Dozier, who was the president at the time, and she's retiring at this year, there's only 2 people that's going to get number 2 out of the rafters. I'm one of them. She's the other. So, no. But that was great.
Yes.
I appreciate Dwayne Haskins asking. For me, Skip, normally, if the number is retired, when Peyton Manning went to Denver, Frank Tripucka wore number 18. It was retired. He called Mr. Tripucka and asked, and he's like, "You have my blessing." You remember when Deshaun Watson went to Clemson? He reached out to Steve Fuller. It's the only number that I think, if I'm not mistaken, that's retired. No problem. But numbers that hadn't been worn in a while, and I get it. But if you don't want anybody to wear it, they need to take it out of circulation. Joe Ellis, you hear that? 84, Denver.
Really? Oh, you want to be in the Ring of Honor or whatever?
I'm already in the Ring of Honor, Skip. I'm just saying I think 84 should be out of
Higher than
circulation.
number. Really?
I'm just thinking.
Said that pretty clearly.
Huh. So you were the only Savannah State player ever drafted, right?
No. I was. There've been a couple of guys drafted.
A couple? Only a couple?
Only a couple.
My Vanderbilt Commodores have like 5 a year. But
But
go ahead. Yeah.
How many of them in the Pro Football Hall of Fame? I don't know no Vanderbilt Commodore in the Hall of Fame. How many of y'all got up there?
New England just drafted one who's got a shot. But
Oh! Oh, so he about to be Ed Reed, huh?
Joanne Williams, just check him out.
Okay.
He got drafted before Greedy got drafted. I don't know. Well, Belichick traded up for him.
Okay.
Back to this question. When I first saw this headline, I was stunned by it because I know Joe Theismann very, very well because I worked with him for a long time at ESPN. And then I thought twice about, wait a second, it's Joe Theismann, who I will remind people who don't know this story, when he was at Notre Dame for a Heisman campaign, he actually changed the pronunciation of his last name from Theismann to Theismann to rhyme with Heisman.
He did.
So Joe did tend to occasionally lead the league in self-promotion, so I got to think that he thought,
He got a tiny ego.
just a
He got
little
a
tiny,
little tiny.
like a tiny ego about this size.
Yes.
And so I think Joe thought, 69 years of age, he's kind of a little out of circulation now. Well, maybe this will kind of bring me back into the mainstream focus. You know, this will refocus on my greatness as a Redskin because he was really good. I'm going to remind everybody, he did get them to 2 Super Bowls, and they won the first one. That was 82 and 83, 1982 and 1983. And by the way, he was the NFL MVP in 1983. They went 14-2. He was 29 touchdowns to 11 interceptions. So again,
Oh, he can play.
okay, if I'm Joe Theismann, I'm going to try to save Dwayne Haskins from himself and say, you know what, this is not the best idea for you because it might put even more pressure on you than you have already because I think Redskin Nation has just gone bonkers over, we stole Dwayne Haskins. And again, if Dwayne Haskins can have half the career that Joe Theismann had, he'll be pretty good. And I don't think he can have half the career.
You know that's not how it's going to come across. It's going to come across as Joe didn't want the kid to have the number. You know no one's
Well,
going
how did it come across for you at Savannah State?
I didn't care.
Okay, well, he shouldn't care.
Hold
He should say, I did this.
No.
He should be offended that the kid would even have the audacity to say, can I wear 7?
Confident.
Well, yeah, he is. I will give him that. He might lead the rookie league in confidence.
The only way that number was ever going to come out is that if Shannon Sharpe had a son that went to Savannah State, my son didn't want to play football, or if I would have somehow something unforeseen would have happened, I have a kid, maybe he'd go to Savannah State. But that number ain't coming up out the Raptors, Skip.
Okay, what has Dwayne Haskins accomplished in his young football life?
He's married to the number, Skip. Sometimes guys get married to a number.
All right, fine. Dwayne Haskins started for all of 1 season at Ohio State. And it was a really good season, but he had a really good offensive line, and he had a track team of receivers. And I think he's being a little overrated to be even a first-round draft pick. I thought he was more of a second-round pick. So now, again, it sounded like his owner, Dan Snyder, just fell head over heels in love with him because he played at the high school at which Dan Snyder's sophomore son is now playing football. So there's that connection. And Dan Snyder needed marquee. He needed somebody he could sell. He needed a name, a face. The kid's got a great personality. He's great with the media. He's got a big new chip on his shoulder, right?
Oh, yeah.
But Skip, look, when I first got to the league, they gave me number 1 in training camp, and when they give you them single-digit numbers, your low-round draft pick, they're just going to take that number and send you on your way. But I made the team, and they gave me 81. Well, my brother was 84. Ricky Natil had 84. Well, obviously, he wasn't going to trade with no rookie to give me that number. But as soon as I could get it, when he wasn't going to, they weren't going to re-sign him, I went to Dan and asked, does he mind if I change numbers?
Dan Reeves,
right.
Yep.
He's like, I say, because my brother has that number. He's like, sure, no problem.
Okay.
So when I went to Baltimore, Jermaine Lewis had the number. I offered him, he and his wife, I said, I'll buy you and her matching Rolexes.
Okay.
He said no. Well, I wanted an even number. Frank Wainwright had the only other even number. He had 82. So I bought him a bass boat, and I got 82.
Seriously?
I did. That's what he wanted.
That's amazing.
Was it a used bass boat?
No, Brad.
Okay.
That's expensive.
It was like a fishing boat. No.
You would
But
find
that's
a
still-
used one.
No.
Okay.
But I had known Frank from Denver.
Okay.
So he was there. I was like, hey, we called him Freaky Frank. I said, Freaky Frank, I need 82. And he was just going to give it to him. I said, nah, bro, I don't want you to come up out it. This is what I do. I said, what? He's like, I like to fish. I said, well, I'll buy you a boat.
Oh, it's so nice of you. The number matters. Is what you're saying.
Yeah, you get mad to Skip. I don't want anything, you know. Like I got these shoes right here, Skip. You know, it's going to shake.
Going back to the shoes.
That's what I do. Hey, you know, if I want to get something, I'm like, hey, Skip, let me get that right there. What you want for it? What you want for that watch?
It's out of your price range.
Oh, is that the one that dropped off your arm on national TV?
It's fixed.
Yeah. Oh, you won't tell nobody that.
I want a used bass boat. Can you get me one?
First of all, you don't fish.
I've never been on a bass boat.
First of all, you don't fish.
I did once upon a time, but it was a long time
Yeah,
ago.
what happened? Tell the people what happened to you when you went on that boat.
I didn't go out on a boat. I
You
just fished from the dock.
Oh, you land? You shore fishing?
Yeah, I shore fished.
What was the analogy used earlier, that you only get the little fish?
Yeah, that's all. That's
outside? You
on
gotta
little
go out
fishing.
there.
You got to go to the deep. That's where I go.
I like fishing.
I go marlin fishing.
Really?
Yeah, I went to the Big Island. Caught 165 pounds.
I don't care, actually.
What don't you do?
You can't fish. That's why you don't care.
I was really good. I caught a bunch of fish.
I can feel a segment brewing.
Yeah.
All three of us
actually-
fishing together.
I caught a fish so big the picture weighed 6 pounds. I had to get the wall reinforced, get my real.
That is what they call a fish story.
I did.
Yep. Yep.
All right.
Way to go, Joe Theismann. Or wait, no, he's Joe Theismann.
Dwayne,
But he was
You
in
gotta-
a no-win
you gotta
situation.
deliver.
Skip.
Nope.
He had to say
He
yes.
should have gone Shannon Sharpe and just said, no.
no, he didn't ask for your advice before that
No,
one.
he did not.
We're going on to Kevin Durant. Is he about to pass LeBron as an all-time great? We'll discuss that with Eddie House next.
No mercy.
Kevin Durant has been on fire in the playoffs, averaging over 34 points a game, and it might be because he's in a really good mood. Katie told our friend Chris Haynes, quote, "I'm just having so much fun right now. This time of year is what I'm geared for." He's trying to win his third straight title, and yesterday, Yahoo asked the question, what's it going to take for Durant to surpass LeBron on the list of all-time greats? The King has one more title than KD, but LeBron never won 3 straight. The article says that Durant chased rings in Golden State, but LeBron did the same thing in Miami. So what if Durant wins this year, then goes in the Knicks and wins a title in New York? We're joined by FS1 NBA analyst Eddie House. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Eddie, is it realistic for KD to pass LeBron?
Yes, at this particular moment right now, the way things are going, KD is ascending this way. Seemed like LeBron has kind of plateaued at this stage of his career. And we've seen a little chink in his armor last year. We've never seen him be injured, never seen him miss this many games. Career low in minutes and games played, career low in free throw percentage. We know he's never really been a great free throw shooter, but not that bad. So seeing the chink in his armor, what KD's done, and everybody judges people by what? The rings, right? So KD will have 3, that will tie LeBron. He'll be 3-1 in finals. If somehow he comes back to Golden State, wins another one, we've never seen a 4-peat. So now you have to start putting him in that conversation like, okay, he's done something we've never seen before. He's the most prolific scorer we've ever seen before.
Well,
It's not knocking LeBron. Somebody has to pay. At some point, he's not going to be on top of the mountain.
Okay.
And right now, KD, the long arm, he's coming.
He is
Okay.
the long arm.
Okay.
Yeah, he coming.
He is.
If you don't mind me asking, Eddie, I want to retort something.
Go ahead.
KD is a better scorer than LeBron. Why does LeBron average more points per
Listen,
game?
you can say he averaged more points per game. LeBron doesn't have Steph Curry out there, another All-Star. He doesn't have Klay Thompson, another All-Star.
Oh!
Taking more shots. Well, this is what I'm saying, though. As far as that point,
So
he doesn't
good.
have that.
So
I understand he went with them.
I'm
and linked
glad
up.
you brought that to my
Okay.
attention because I didn't know he had Steph and Clay
Yeah, you did.
and Draymond. Oh, he got that?
Yeah, you knew he
So
had it.
that's why Kevin Durant all of a sudden. So what are we going to do about these 4 MVPs in the regular season to 1? What are we going to do about that?
We got to do.
When you're the solo star, you can win a lot of MVPs in the Eastern Conference. It's easy. Cakewalk.
Hold on.
and
So
it's
what-
not the MVP, right? We're talking about passing him as being the best in the game, right?
Yeah.
No. He's talking about all time.
All time. Okay, well, if you start how do you count why is Michael Jordan better than LeBron? Why is he the GOAT? Because of what? 6-0, right? That's what it comes down to.
But-
Why is Tom Brady better than Joe Montana?
But we can also,
He got more.
we can make the argument that Jordan does have 5 regular season MVPs. We can make the argument I think he has a 10. I think he's a 10-time first team All NBA. You do realize that Kevin Durant has never been first team All Defensive NBA.
That's okay. He's got better. And now he hasn't been asked to do that. That's the other thing.
So why not? If you that great, they ask you to do all things when you great.
Sometimes, yeah, when you great, they do ask you to do all things, but
Do you
people
remember what he
can't
said
do
before the year started? That he's constantly been overlooked as a Defensive Player of the Year candidate. That's what he said before
And
the
he's
year.
been playing better defense year after year. He's been getting better. Last year, I thought was his best defensive year he's ever had.
What are we going to do about these assistant rebounds?
What do you
Well,
do about?
I don't want him passing the ball. I want him shooting that thing.
Yeah. Do you understand usage rate? LeBron has had the ball in his hands in his career twice as much as
That's
Kevin,
what you do.
3 times.
That's
as
what you
much.
do with the great players. You put the ball. What about Jordan? Who had the ball in his hands? Did Jordan have a high usage rate? Why is that?
Yes, because he's great.
Okay, does Kobe have a high usage rate?
You got.
Why is
You gotta
that?
get them the ball.
Yeah, but LeBron's the point guard, so he's going to dribble it up the floor about 2/3 of the time. So
Well,
he's
Kevin
gonna-
Durant could play point guard if he wanted to, right?
Not when he was playing with Russell Westbrook for 8 years, when Russell Westbrook in 3 of the last 4 years took more shots than Kevin Durant. How many of those would have been MVP years if it hadn't been for Russell Westbrook getting in his way?
Stop it.
Seriously.
No.
He did win 1 MVP in spite of Russell Westbrook. And he won 4 scoring titles in spite of Russell Westbrook. You have to elevate those just because he had to overcome Russell Westbrook.
Well, if LeBron says, you know what, instead of averaging 8 assists, I want to average 4. And instead of averaging 8 rebounds, I want to average 5. But I want to bump my point total up instead of 27. I want to kick this 32 in.
That ain't his makeup, though. That ain't
You know
LeBron's
why?
makeup.
Because you know why? He says, you know what? My job is to get everybody involved. I want everybody to eat.
Man, if he gets 4 rings, right, and 4 MVPs, you have to look at KD and say, man, he might be passing him as the greatest of all time. That'd be the argument against Jordan. I mean, you have to look at it that way, especially if he leaves and gets another one.
He's won back-to-back Finals MVP.
LeBron
let
did
alone
that.
just winning.
LeBron did that. Back-to-back.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, well, he's on course to do it again, and then he'll go somewhere else and do it again. What if he wins 5 straight Finals MVP?
Oh, stop it. You know good and well he's not going to leave and go win finals, go to the finals.
So
Only LeBron can leave
let's
do
look
that.
at the stats right here, right now. Finals versus finals. Kevin Durant in the finals versus your guy in the finals. Kevin Durant has averaged 32 points a game to LeBron's 28 points a game in finals games. Kevin's averaged 8 rebounds to LeBron's 10, but it's still 8 to 10. And Kevin Durant has averaged 5 assists a game in the finals, which is pretty great for the position he plays.
How many?
To LeBron's 8, okay? 5 to 8. But then we start looking at percentages. Kevin Durant, in all of his finals games, has averaged 43% from the three-point line. That's extraordinary. He's averaged 91% from the free throw line. LeBron, 34% and 74% from the three and the free throw line.
Okay.
So, again, on just stats alone, Kevin's final stats are better than LeBron.
But see, that's a small sample size because this will only be his 4th appearance. LeBron got 5 more appearances. So do you believe if he goes to the finals 5 more times, he's going to keep that average at 32? He's going to keep that that rebound total at 8 and that assist total at 5. Is that what you believe? Because LeBron through 9 is averaging what? Skip, you said again? 28?
28, 10, and 8.
Ooh, is that good, Eddie? I ain't playing the NBA.
Wait, help me out.
Impeccable.
Okay.
Is 3 and 6 good in the finals? I've never quite gotten them.
It's better than 0 and
3 and 6.
But see-
So let's talk about those 3 that he won. The first one came courtesy of Kevin Durant, and it came courtesy of what happened in Game 2
Bust
at
him up.
Oklahoma City. Game 1 was won by Kevin Durant's team. And by the way, they were favored over the Miami Heat in that series
Skip.
because of Kevin Durant.
This ain't March Madness.
So he goes 36 points in Game 1, and they just rock and roll and just stomp all over the
Yeah, we
Miami
try to
Heat.
keep the ratings high.
Okay?
We didn't want to sweep them.
Game 2, it's a 2-point game with 9 seconds left. Quick inbounds pass from Derek Fisher to Kevin Durant kind of caught LeBron off guard, and he couldn't do anything but foul Kevin Durant on a 7-foot jump shot along the baseline that fell short. It should have been 2 free throws to tie the game, and I'll bet you Kevin Durant would have made those 2 free throws. Instead, LeBron got the rebound, got fouled, and to his credit, went to the other end and made 2
What you
free
mean to
throws.
his credit like he doesn't do that all the time?
Are you kidding? You brought that up? You just stepped in it.
No,
Be honest.
No, we're not talking about
He
regular
ain't clutch. He's not a guy that you want him on the free throw line.
Unclutch late game free throw shooter in the history of superstars.
In the finals, I do.
You don't trust him at the
Stop.
line.
Because
like
you remember
that.
Golden State?
Okay, timeout. So that series turned on that one uncalled foul on LeBron James. And then Miami went home where it was 2-3-2 and won 3 straight games, and that was the end of that
Title.
deal. What if Oklahoma City had won the first 2 games at home? Now you got a whole different flow.
You can't do ifs.
Well,
No,
I can do
okay.
ifs on this.
No.
Ray Allen, if he doesn't hit the greatest clutch shot ever, LeBron's going to lose that series because it's make or miss.
What if Paxton
The
and
game's
Curry don't
gonna
hit
be
their
over.
shots? What if Paxton and Curry don't hit their
Okay,
shots?
I'm just saying that we're talking about LeBron's legacy right now. If Kyrie Irving doesn't hit that one big late closing 3-point shot, what if he loses that? What if he lost to Kevin Durant? He could be 0-9.
But here's the thing, though,
he
Skip,
was fortunate to win the 3.
Why, when it comes to LeBron, we can use ifs as an argument, but we can never use that same argument with anyone else?
Well, who else? Do you want to try Jordan? He never even got to a game 7,
If,
so there are
if,
no
Kerr,
ifs.
if Kerr or Paxton missed that shot,
Okay, but it's
That was
not
game
the.
6.
Wait a second, it's game 6.
They still
or game
got
5.
another.
Okay.
Yeah, he can still close that out.
Yeah.
okay,
come on.
he can. But what if he hadn't? See, we doing
You can do
ifs
it.
now.
Yeah, right.
Okay, what if Malcolm Butler doesn't make that interception? What if Vinatieri doesn't make those 2 field goals? We're using ifs
Okay.
as arguments now.
We're talking about LeBron James.
But you're using ifs.
By the way, he went and joined forces with one of the greatest leaders. Did you play with Dwayne? You played,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, you did. Because you're on that,
Yeah,
that team.
that first team.
But again, to me, Dwayne Wade, one of the great leaders and winners in the history of
They
pro
won
basketball.
They won 47
Am I
games
right?
the year before LeBron got there.
Okay,
47.
I'm just saying, Chris Bosh was not there. 6 feet 11 inches tall and had made 5 straight All-Star teams in Toronto. And you joined forces with those 2. That equals what
No,
Kevin joined in Golden
They
State.
were 7-3-9. Kevin Durant had a 3-1 lead. So, okay, when has LeBron had a 3-1
How'd
lead?
they
in
look at
yesterday?
games 6 and 7 to you?
Oh, Kevin Durant goofballed it up. Say he didn't goofball it up in game 6. Bricking it. You saw it.
Which game are you talking about?
Game 6.
I'm talking against the
I'm talking about against
Cavaliers.
Golden State.
Yeah?
Kevin Durant goofballed it up. The game that Klay Thompson went bonkers from the 3.
Hey, when you have to
Okay.
overcome Russell Westbrook.
Oh, now you got to overcome.
Okay, well, that's why he left. He said, I can't win championships with that guy as my primary decision maker.
So he overcame him enough in 4 games to have a 3-1 lead, but those last 3
Closeout games is tough. Closeout games are hard. They really are.
Why are they hard for that guy? If you that guy, if you the GOAT.
Because you got another guy on the other end. That's why. But to answer the question, right, is it crazy to think Kevin Durant's story is not done? LeBron's in the last chapter almost. You know, he's getting.
I'm afraid
he's
LeBron's is
not.
done.
I mean, he's played so many years. It's year 17, right?
Yeah, coming up.
You can't continue to think that he could play at the highest level. Not saying that he's because he's
Brady's
been
playing at a high
proven.
level.
But it's different. The quarterback position is different from what
Can
he's
I ask you
doing.
a question? If LeBron wins a regular season MVP and wins another title, what?
Okay, then the case probably closed for him.
Okay. I'm
Really?
just saying-
That's
He'll
if
win
he do
MVP?
that.
Yeah.
That's if he does
Do
that.
you?
But Kevin Durant and them looking like they are going to do that. Not if. They on their way.
I'm going to be nice to you and bet you only one case of Diet Mountain
Uh-oh.
Dew
On that?
that LeBron will not win the MVP next year.
No. I didn't. I
I'm
said
just saying one more
Yes.
championship and one more MVP
yes.
before he says
before he walks into the sunset
Well, what do you mean? I'll just bet against him. No more MVPs.
and no more
That's what he
titles.
said. That's what he
and
said.
no more
I don't know
titles.
about titles.
Okay, I want all of that.
What if Kevin Durant decides to join forces with LeBron?
Why do they-
Well, that's a push then.
Okay.
You got to push that one.
Huh?
But
so
the MVP 's
he
still
gonna
there.
win a title or the MVP? Probably both.
Well, do you want to bet on the
BOFF,
MVP? What-
both.
Okay. Okay, let's do both then. Let's do one case of Diet Dew. He'll never win another MVP. I'll take it right now.
What, regular season or finals?
No, just regular season.
No. I want regular season or finals.
Or finals.
Yes.
Well, what are you talking about?
You should be confident that LeBron
You were
can't get.
talking about regular season
I'm
when
talking-
you made that statement.
But see, I'm saying, because Eddie was saying, okay, he wins another finals MVP, he rattles off 4 or 5. I'm saying if LeBron gets another MVP, be it regular season or finals, 5 regular season, 4 final MVPs, it's over. We already the GOAT.
Says you.
We already the GOAT.
Yeah, you're about the phoniest goat there ever was.
If Kevin Durant gets 3 more, right? That would turn him to 6-1. I mean, come on, that's a real conversation to be having right now.
Yes.
You know,
But when he gets
that's if that happens.
That's right. We only
But they
win.
on their way.
But see, when I gave you LeBron numbers, this ain't no ifs. He has 4 MVPs, regular season. He is a 12-time, the only man to have 12 first-team All-NBAs. This is not an if conversation. This is fact.
Okay, let's do fact. Did LeBron James, you were there, Did he not melt down
my
in the
goodness.
2011 finals, all-time meltdown? Yes, he did. Did his team, you were not there, get blown off the floor by the Spurs by a record finals margin in 2014? Yes, he did. So he's had some all-time epic fails on his record that Kevin hasn't had.
Did Kevin Durant melt down in a 3-1 lead?
No, I wouldn't say melting
Did he
down.
melt down? If you were up 3-1, Eddie, with that guy, don't skip. You said he that guy.
Yeah.
You said he was that guy.
But at that time, he wasn't that guy. He was that guy.
Yep.
At that time, he was still chasing.
No, he didn't become that.
He wasn't where he's at now. Kevin Durant feels like he is the man.
LeBron needed that. See, we'd have never got this LeBron had Dallas never happened. Sometimes.
I don't believe in that. We could have got that LeBron
couldn't,
without
no.
us losing. No, you don't have to lose to learn a lesson.
Yes,
I'm
you
sorry.
do.
You could win and still learn a lesson. Yeah, I'd much
The
rather
bad boy-
win and
so-
learn.
so-
I'd much
in other
rather
words-
win and learn than lose and learn.
I'm sure you would.
Yeah.
But you got to have setbacks.
Yeah, you do.
Bad boy Pistol.
But not like that.
Bad boy Pistol busting Mike's head.
But not
the
like
big
that.
three Celtics busting his head.
But that was him going
Wait.
against all of them by
Was that
himself.
LeBron's first finals that year in
Hold
2011?
on. Let me ask you a question.
No.
Who LeBron going against? He got to go against 4 Hall of Famers. 4 of them. He dropped 51 on them last year.
That's what Jordan was doing too, right? Robert Parrish.
Yes.
Robert Parrish, Kevin McHale.
Ain't win nothing. Got swept twice. He went to the Bad Boy Pistons. Bad Boy Pistons. Whoo, Joe Dumars and the Worm, Lambeer, Mahorn. He up there crying.
Shannon.
Made Scottie Pippen have a migraine.
You're the one
Scottie
who-
Pippen woke up in the morning with a migraine. He didn't want to see him.
You're the one who's crying right now because your man is sitting on the couch while Kevin Durant is playing at the highest level offensively we have ever seen in the history of this league.
No, it's not. We just
Nobody can stop him, man.
Nobody.
Did we
Nobody
not-
can
hold
stop
on.
him.
Who stopped LeBron last year when he averaged 34, 8, and 8?
Nobody.
And he had 8 games with
Same
40 or
person.
more points. He had a 51-point performance in the NBA Finals against 4 Hall of Famers in waiting.
Melted down right on schedule
You
at the
know
end
what?
of the game.
You know what?
He did.
3-1. I tell you what, I just want to know the series that LeBron was up 3-1 and lost it. Just tell me that, and we'll be cool. And I say, you know what? You're right, Skip. KD's the guy. 3-1. I just want to know.
Do you realize what a handicapped Russell Westbrook
Oh,
was
now
for
he
Kevin
handicapped. But he wasn't handicapped to get that 3-1 lead.
Seems more obvious now when you think
It
about it.
does
I
seem
also
more
think
obvious.
it's hard for LeBron because he can't defend himself right now.
I'm the defender.
You're trying.
Because this joker right here, anybody.
We're not
Jordan,
watching
first it was
him.
Jordan. But you know what? I don't even know why I'm addressing this. Because Braun already to go. So I would, in moving forward, unless we're talking about Michael Jordan, LeBron James, I will not address it.
I will give
It
you
is
this.
beneath me.
He was the GOAT of the 2011 finals, as in lowercase,
Whatever.
as
Let's
in
see,
he
hold on.
deserved the blame.
Whatever.
Hold
And this
on to
man
that.
knows because he had to sit there and watch it.
The Eddie don't get involved in this because I know he tried. Eddie.
He's trying to get under my skin right now. He's trying to work it.
A little bit, yeah. It happens around here every so often. Will Kawhi take down the Sixers tonight? We'll make some picks. Let's talk about number 2 next.
No mercy.
Hey guys, it's Jenny Taft. More of the Undisputed podcast is on the way, but first, I wanted to tell you that this episode is brought to you in part by our friends at ZipRecruiter. Hiring is challenging, but there's one place you can go where hiring is simple, fast, and smart. A place where growing businesses connect to qualified candidates. That place is ZipRecruiter.com/undisputed. ZipRecruiter sends your job to over 100 of the web's leading job boards, but they don't stop there. With their powerful matching technology, ZipRecruiter scans thousands of resumes to find people with the right experience and invites them to apply to your job. ZipRecruiter is so effective that 4 out of 5 of employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site within the first day. And right now, my listeners can try ZipRecruiter for free at this exclusive web address, ZipRecruiter.com/undisputed. That's ZipRecruiter.com/UNDISPUTED. ZipRecruiter.com/undisputed. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. Now, back to the show.
No mercy.
We've got a crucial Game 3 in Philly tonight with the Raptors or Sixers trying to take a 2-1 series lead. Philly won Game 2 behind Jimmy Butler's 30-point performance and despite Joel Embiid's stomach illness. While on the Raptors side, Kawhi Leonard has dominated the series, scoring 80 points in the first 2 games. Jeez, 80 points. We're joined once again by Eddie House. Eddie, simple question, who wins tonight?
Well, before I answer this question, I have to wish my son, Jalen, a happy 18th birthday.
Good.
The boy's 18. It's crazy.
It's
But happy 18th birthday. Ball out this weekend. I love you.
Happy
Bound
birthday.
for
Thank you.
Arizona State.
Bound for
like
Arizona
his
State.
Pop.
Yep, Bobby Hurley.
Congrats to him.
Well, I like the Raptors. I've liked the Raptors all year. I've liked their roster. I think from 1 through 5, they can defend. They're one of the better defensive teams, have led by Kawhi Leonard, but they're feisty at the point guard position with Kyle Lowry, Van Fleet. Danny Green is a very good defender, and Marc Gasol, awesome defender down low.
Once Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, once Defensive Player of the Year, and Siakam as well. So I like that. I think that with the depth that they have and the way that they can defend, if they are able to, and it all hinges on Joel Embiid as well, his health. But I think Ben Simmons is the catalyst for it. You have to be able to keep him out of the paint. We all know he can't shoot, right? So guys have to take individual battles and win them. You're not going to be able to stop him every time from getting into the paint, but you must make it hard for him and limit that because he is the guy that's going to get everybody going. If he gets into the paint, get some easy ones going, that's not good for your team. You want him to finish. You don't want him getting into the paint and creating for everybody else. Right. You want twos and fews for everybody else and make it hard for him. I think that offensively, Philly has guys that can win one-on-one battles, but they're ball stoppers. So everybody defensively for the Raptors will be looking at the ball as it stopped, which, again, I think is a plus for the Raptors. So just for their defensive prowess, I like the Raptors.
I used to like the Sixers. I mean, Skip and I, we going back and forth. We both like the Sixers, but I think the Raptors. And I'm going to need more because the depth is what made them so good. Because as you mentioned, they can go 1 through 8. Van Fleet hadn't played well. Danny Green hadn't played well. Serge Ibaka, I don't know what happened to him. I mean, we take any points that he gives us, we take that as a bonus, but he hasn't been good at the defensive end. But I just believe that with Joel Embiid's help, Skip, I never know if he's going to play 20 minutes or is he going to play 30 minutes. I just can't. And with Gasol's ability to pull him away from the basket, also the ability to bang with him, because you got to bang with him, and how much and how healthy is that knee going to be, and I agree with you. I love what Philly did, Skip. Philly basically took Jimmy Butler off of Kawhi, put Ben Simmons, because he was gassed from trying to guard Kawhi, and it affected his offensive end. You see, he got away from that defensive assignment. He picked up his offensive end. But Ben Simmons, I'm doing everything. I'm building a fort like they do for Giannis. You're not getting in the paint, bro. I'm going to give you all the 6 to 18 footers you want to take. Gobble them up. But you're not getting in the paint. I'm going to take the Raptors because the old Claw averaging 40. Jenny said he averaging 40. San Antonio could have used that, Skip, last series.
Averaging 40.
He averaging 40 points a game.
80 points.
Oh, in these games?
Yeah, averaging 40.
Averaging 40.
40.
So
That's a big
let
deal.
me explain to our audience what just happened again. This
us.
man jumped off another bandwagon, the Philadelphia 76ers bandwagon, only because he wants to see Toronto's number 2 stick it to me and my Spurs by getting the Raptors to the NBA Finals.
could've
Am I right about
expected
that?
that
That might be a possibility.
That could be a possibility because that's what's happening right now.
I'm used to that.
And here's what we saw in Game 2 at Toronto, number 2's house.
Yep.
We saw the mentally tougher team scratch and claw out a game. And it was a sight to behold because Jimmy Butler, they acquired him to close. And did he ever close?
Yep.
Because he is the mentally toughest player to me on the entire floor. I also think Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons can come up very tough. I think they're tough kids. I like their basketball backbones. I like what they're made of. We saw Ben Simmons rise and shine in that Game 3 at Brooklyn when he had, 31 or
with no Embiid.
9 of 11 shots and made his, I think, 9 of 11 free throws.
He did.
No Embiid that night. So, to your point, this game comes down to how painful will Joel Embiid's arthritic knee be tonight? I don't know because he has decent days and he has a whole lot of bad days. And when he has a bad day, he's just playing on one leg.
Yep.
And he's up against this mountain of a man, this Marc Gasol. And again, he was Defensive Player of the Year in 2013, so it's been a while ago.
LeBron should have won it that year.
Hey, you could make a case, but the point here is that Marc Gasol has played in a ton of playoff games, and he knows how to play, and he's smart, and he's skilled, and he is tough. So it's like double jeopardy on Joel Embiid right now because he's fighting his own knee, and he's having to fight with Gasol in the paint.
Yes.
And it's a hard job because he just gets in your way. He knows how to get in your way. And he must weigh, God, I don't know what he weighs.
Yeah,
That's the thing I was gonna say. He
leaning
lean
on
on
it.
you, wear you down, and
he's not Allen from Brooklyn.
No.
No, he's not there. Anytime you getting six, Joel Embiid talking about he getting 6 treatments to try to get right, that's not a good sign. That
Moving forward.
Yeah, that's not a good sign. It's only gonna get worse because these games are coming. You're playing harder. You gotta log minutes if you want to advance. They need him. They need him to win, and they need him to be as
Joel
close to
Embiid,
healthy
yes.
as he can be.
So I must be objective about number 2 in Toronto who quit on my Spurs
He
last
did
year.
not.
He did. He flat out quit, and I will never forgive that.
Skip, stop. He didn't quit. He had
His thigh was messed up.
Yes.
Man. Everybody
He had
heals different.
He had a bruised thigh, and he's had it for 2 years, and it cost him a whole bunch of games this year in Toronto.
You'll get a Charlie
Who
horse?
knew? Yeah. Charlie horse, yeah.
Lives on.
Tendinosis. He had tendinosis.
Yeah.
That's the medical term, Skip.
He just quit. That's my medical term. He just quit. So here's what impresses me greatly about his first games in this series. He's made, I'm sorry, this is just for the whole playoffs. Yeah. He's made 20 of 43 three-point shots. He didn't do that in San Antonio. 20 of 40, so he's making 47% from the three-point line, and he's had trouble in the past because his hands are so huge that sometimes it's hard to.
Right.
LeBron has this problem at the free throw line, but it's hard to sort of get the ball set where your fingers don't curl over the ball too much and take it offline. So he is shooting at a high rate. He's even making his free throws, which he didn't use. He's 89% of free throws in the playoffs. But now, at some point in these, what I love about the NBA playoffs is it exposes your basketball character, whoever you are. We just talked about James Harden. Who are you at heart? Because it exposes your heart to the world, does it not? Over time, as you get deeper and deeper into playoff series, you get to watch right before your very eyes on your TV screen. What is that guy really made of?
Yeah,
And so, okay, well, we'll see about that.
Yeah. Do you know how tough you got to be to have cornrows in the 21st century?
All right.
In the 2020s?
All right.
You got old school,
Okay.
the 80s.
Straight
cornrows.
back.
Yes.
Maybe.
Straight backs.
So, how tough is his point guard, Kyle Lowry? Because he's going home to Philly tonight,
Yeah,
okay? So, is
yeah.
he
So
going
you
to come
know
up
who
big in Philly?
Yep.
Where he played his college basketball?
I need to keep.
obviously,
I need to
Villanova?
keep
that home
I
cooking.
need to keep his emotions in check because
Yeah,
sometimes we
okay.
go home. We buy all these tickets. We want everybody. Ooh, just
Can be challenging.
yeah, take
You
it
get
out.
that home
there.
cooked meal though.
Ooh,
You be feeling real
What,
good.
what,
like,
what you think they're gonna have? Oxtails?
Man, that sounds so
Boy,
good
I remember
right
a
there.
whole lot of games for the Raptors when Kyle Lowry just sort of fell apart.
Oh,
I don't know.
Hold on, Skip.
Huh?
But against who? Who did he fall apart? Who did he fall apart against?
That guy.
Oh yeah, that's that way. What's his name? Like,
The Cakewalk King. That's who he was.
But that is
King
a-
of the East.
That is a
Yeah.
good point about Kyle Lowry because he's been hit and miss, and he has to play well for them to advance. He can't pull a disappearing act.
No.
I mean, and if he's not scoring, he has to be on the defensive end,
Yeah.
causing havoc.
Well, what about your guy
and being a leader?
Danny Green? What he gonna do? Besides go 1 from 8 from 3 and miss a
And
wide
that-
open.
Well, he missed 3 wide open shots. He missed 3 shots. I'm telling you, he's kicking himself if he had those 3 back because they were great looks. The ball was passed right where it's supposed to be. He didn't have to reach for it and do anything else. Catch and go up, catch and shoot, and he missed 3 of them. He makes one of those 3, then we having a different conversation. The Raptors up 2-0 going to Philly, but that ain't the case. He has to find his shot because he hasn't been looking. When he's shooting, it doesn't look comfortable. It's almost like you know how it gets in your head, like I gotta take this wide open. My thing been off lately. That's what it's looking like.
I still love Danny Green. I'm
I
going
do
to say
too.
nothing bad about Danny Green.
Oh, but you're gonna talk about his partner, his best friend.
It's his best friend. I have a conflict of interest. Because Danny Green is really a good guy.
Yeah,
And he
so is
never,
Kawhi.
But he gotta
never
find his
quit on
shot.
anybody.
gotta find a
Kawhi's
shot
a
in
good
this
guy.
series.
Well, you know how three-point shooters go. It comes and it goes.
Well, not at this time. It better
Well,
be
I
there.
know, it better
It can't come and go in the playoff.
But look at old Kawhi.
Hey, well, does he not have the best co-star right now in the playoffs? Siakam? Is he not emerging as a
Siakam,
star?
Siakam,
baller.
good.
Huh?
working.
He's averaging in the playoffs 23 and 8. Will that help?
Hey, y'all got the wrong guy. Y'all should have got Siakam. Y'all took Pirtle.
Oh, we're going to get DeRozan and Siakam?
Yep.
Oh, well, that would have worked.
That would have
Yeah.
worked.
I think Toronto probably said no.
No, I bet you Toronto would have get to get Kawhi. I bet you they gave up Siakam.
I don't.
I don't know about that.
I'd have gave him up. I said, well, okay then, no deal. You want Kawhi, 2-time Defensive Player of the Year, 27 years of age. You want him?
We just had
So
to
you
get
see-
rid of him.
Siakam will hold the deal up.
I just think it's
I
interesting.
would do it.
Vegas has been
I would
all
hold
over
it
the
down.
place with this game too. It started with Sixers being favored,
Yeah,
and
now
then now
Toronto's
Raptors. And I mean,
It's because of Joel Embiid's knee.
The
So let me ask you a
injury,
question.
the
So why is
sickness.
Vegas all of a sudden on Toronto? Do they want you to want your misery also?
They probably have inside information
About that knee.
Joel Embiid's probably
That's
not
the worry.
right.
Yeah.
That's the worry.
Yeah.
Because
I mean, you're never even shocked when they say before the game, he's out tonight.
Right.
Okay.
Well,
That's
we
a
had
big-
Perk
He has to
on.
be healthy, man.
Didn't he mention something about how he should really take care of his weight and just how he wishes he could have done that?
You know,
Perk.
Perk did say that. I was
Yeah.
listening to that when he said he's absolutely right. I mean, you got to take some of that weight off them joints, them knees. You're pounding, you're running. He doesn't look the same. I seen Joel Embiid when he first got back. You know how he missed all those games, but when he first got back, his first year really playing a full season, I was at the Suns game and I watched him cover so much. He's nowhere near moving like that.
Wow.
Like he covered so he went from sideline to sideline like that.
Yep.
There's no way he could do that now, and that's the problem because Gasol's gonna pull him away from the basket. Now you put him in pick and roll, you go downhill at him, go at that knee. It's gonna be interesting tonight.
All right, Eddie. Good stuff. Thank
Yep,
you
thank
for
you.
joining us. Will Big Ben be an elite quarterback into his 40s? Is he going to follow someone else's lead? We'll discuss next.
No mercy.
And back to the NFL, Ben Roethlisberger inked a 2-year extension for a reported $68 million last week, which will put off any retirement talk. Big Ben is 37 years old, but he also led the league in passing last season, throwing for over 5,000 yards. Steelers GM Kevin Colbert said this about Ben: "I know he doesn't have an expiration date. I know that he's still very competitive. He still wants to do this at a high level. He doesn't need money. He doesn't need Hall of Fame credentials, in my opinion. He's already achieved both of those. What he wants is more Super Bowls, and he wants to continue to try to win." Shannon, is he right about Ben?
Hold up. Maybe it's me. Maybe I imagined this. Hasn't Big Ben tried to retire like 3 or 4 times in the
Couple
last
times.
5 years?
Couple
That
times.
is true.
Kevin Colbert, you might not have an expiration date,
Yep.
but Ben sure has been talking about it at the end of every season like he sure has one. And I love people like, well, he doesn't need any more money. I don't need any more money. I don't need any less either. Stop. Kevin, once you win a title at that position, if you're worth anything, that's all that matters. What the hell you think Tom Brady playing for? Drew Brees, all these guys, that's Russell Wilson, all these guys that's won the title, Skip, yes, they've made money. Of course. You want to make money. You notice Ben ain't turning down. They say, hey, Ben, how about you play for $10?
Yep.
They gave him pretty good compensation.
They sure did.
And when you play and when you win and when you've been that level of quarterback, Skip, yes, titles matter.
Yep.
And he wants to be thought of as one of the Pantheon greats, and he knows he needs to win more titles. What's working against him as opposed to Tom Brady is that Ben holds the ball a lot longer. When you hold the ball, you give the defense a little extra time to get to you. Tom Brady gets the ball out of his hand.
Yep.
He doesn't strike me as a workout warrior. They named a sandwich after him up in Pittsburgh, the Roethlisberger.
Yep.
I think he still partakes in those.
probably
I could be wrong, but he doesn't strike me as the guy, Skip, that's going to cryo, massage, physio, watching what he eats on a regular basis.
Yep.
So I think the odds are stacked against him. Now, he's not a mobile guy. He doesn't need to, run around the field like a Michael Vick or Patrick Mahomes boy. But Kevin, I mean, you didn't give us anything that we didn't already know. Yeah, he's made $187 million. I'm sure he'd like to get to 200.
You're right about that. He's about to make $34 million next year, Ben Roethlisberger. So I told you already, I believe Ben Roethlisberger can win the MVP next year. He is my early MVP winner. I think the culture is getting changed in the wake of Antonio Brown and Le'Veon Bell in Pittsburgh. And I believe he's going to be at the center of all the change because he just got called out publicly, especially by Antonio. No, he's the problem because he publicly called us out and got away with it.
Right.
He takes no responsibility. He bears no responsibility. He wants no responsibility, and yet he's effectively the owner. He gets to operate like he's the owner of the team.
Yep.
Called out
Yes.
by Antonio Brown. And maybe there's some truth to that.
And even Le'Veon said what? Yeah, Ben wants to win, but he wants to win his way.
His way. I'm going to ask a deeper question.
Okay.
I'm not totally convinced he does really want to win the way Tom Brady wants to win?
Right.
Is he driven to win? Or is he pretty much just resting on his laurels? Because he's got a lot of laurels to rest on.
How about-
He's been to 3 Super Bowls and he won 2 of them.
How about win and get some numbers?
Okay?
Tom Brady's perfect intent of winning
He doesn't
and having a Super Bowl performance where he throws barely for 200 yards.
Yeah. Or he throws for 505 and loses. But
Well, yeah, whatever. I'm just trying to make a point.
Okay, you did make a point. But last year, Ben put up big numbers.
Yes.
Because he had career highs in touchdowns and yards and attempts and completions, blah, blah, all across the
Put up
board.
big
all of it.
interceptions, too.
He led the league in all those categories, but he also led the league with 16 interceptions.
Yeah.
Why was that? Because to me, Ben just gets away with near murder because sometimes he just doesn't really care. Because if you care really, if you're driven to go win the Super Bowl, you're going to be a little more careful.
Right.
He's the flip side of Aaron Rodgers. He'll try anything at any point. He does not throw the football away ever. If he doesn't like what he sees, he'll just throw it anyway.
Right.
Because he's Big Ben. He's fine. He's a legend in his own time, right? In Pittsburgh. He can get free Roethlisbergers wherever he
From
wants.
Manny Brothers.
Right?
You know what? And here's the thing. Kevin Colbert wasn't the GM, but the Steelers and the Rooneys know. Basically, they had a time from when Terry Bradshaw retired until when Big Ben showed up. And there was a period in there, Skip, like, the quarterback play wasn't very good very often. Now, you had a small...
One guy you played with, Bubby Brister.
Yes,
was the
yeah.
quarterback for a while.
Bubby was there in the early 90s, and then you had Neil O'Donnell, and then you had Cordell Stewart.
You did.
So you had a few good years, but there are a lot of lean years.
Yep.
And so they know when you have one of these guys...
And remember, Neil O'Donnell made Larry Brown the Super Bowl
Yes.
MVP by throwing him interceptions.
He
right?
did,
Yep.
and then he went to the Raiders where he had to play man coverage, and he was gone
was
the
the
next
end
year.
of that deal. Yep.
Exactly. So they understand that when you get one of these guys, Skip, you really keep him for as long as you can.
Yep.
And sometimes you'll overpay these guys because I don't know if and when I'm ever going to find one, and if I do, everybody's hoping for the Joe Montana, Steve Young situation,
Yep.
or Skip, the Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, where you just go boom, 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 and you have 20, 25 years of great quarterback play. Those are anomalies.
Yep.
Those don't normally happen. So if I get a Big Ben, or if I get a Tom or Drew Brees, you think what do you think Kansas City's thinking? We just got our quarterback for the next 15 years.
That is true. So what's Big Ben really thinking? Now he's turned into a father and a husband. He's got 3 kids, not 2. He's got 3 kids. So life's changed
Like 3
for him.
boys.
Yeah. And he just got extended for 2 more years at $34 million a year. That's a lot of money. So does he enjoy playing football? Yeah, I think he really enjoys it because it comes pretty easily for him
Yes.
because he's a huge man.
Yes.
So he's the flip side of Brady in that Brady avoids at all costs any kind of punishment.
I'm getting
right?
the ball out of my hands
The ball
quick as I
is
can.
gone. But Ben is such a mountain of a man. He just says, whatever.
Yeah.
I'll just hang on to
take
the
it.
ball, and if they hit me, they hit me.
Right.
And you know what? They'll probably hurt themselves more than they'll hurt me.
Right.
Right? So he's got it down to a science where it comes pretty easily. But now he needs to take it back up to that early career level where he's driven to win a Super Bowl, because I think this team has a chance to go a distance in the playoffs.
What distance?
Yeah.
Until they meet Kansas City, until they meet New England,
Well.
until they meet the Chargers. That's
Well,
the distance
we'll
they
see.
can go.
Yep.
But I like the Browns. I like
Yep.
old shake and bake.
Yeah. Your new hero.
Oh, shake and
yeah.
bake.
Yeah. I like the Pittsburgh Steelers to win this division. I like them to win on opening, is it night? I think it's at New England.
What Freddie K
I
gonna say about that?
Huh?
Old Freddie K.
Who?
Freddie Kitchens.
Oh.
You know Freddie
Freddie.
K.
You call him
it's
Freddie
Freddie K.
K?
Yeah, old Freddie K.
I don't know.
Old Freddie K. You know shake and bake?
Yeah. So, do you realize how he just co-ops all my stars? Like, I'm Baker Mayfield. I was way ahead of the curve. Now you've jumped belatedly on the bandwagon.
No.
You're always belated.
I need Baker to hear this.
Yeah.
Oh, I Kyler Murray now.
Yeah.
Oh, Kyler will have a little better career than Baker. That's what you're saying.
Well, I do.
Okay,
He's
then.
got a slightly more upside.
Okay, so Baker needs somebody to ride with him.
I know, but Baker's more of an overachiever.
No.
Kyler's just an achiever, man.
Baker needs someone to ride with him. And you didn't ride.
Who had better stats, Kyler or Baker?
When?
The last 2 years at Oklahoma. At Oklahoma.
Well, he only
Kyler
played
did.
1 year. Who's gonna have better? Whose first season will be better? Baker's or Kyler?
Kyler.
That one's hard. I don't know.
Kyler.
But had he started
With that
from the
offensive line?
beginning-
With that offensive line?
He's going to be the offensive rookie of the year.
Well, guess who?
Just watch.
Skip, there's only,
Watch.
let me think about it.
Okay.
Most of the guys were defensive players.
Okay.
So they can't win offensive rookie of the year.
I love Baker, but his QBR ranked 21st last year, and you ripped him almost every Monday right on schedule, sitting right there.
27 tubs.
Yeah.
That was last year. Okay, we on a new
You have
year.
completely flipped
This
your
2019.
I mean,
2019. Shake and bake. Freddie King.
mind-boggling.
Shake and bake.
Shake and bake.
I'm just happy that you've come to the right side of this
AFC
sacred
North
discussion.
champs.
There was only one shake and bake, and it belongs to Talladega Nights. Thank you very much. Period. End of story. You don't know that movie.
No,
right?
I don't know.
I mean, I like it. I know it. You don't know that?
No.
Lord have
You've
mercy.
got some work to do, some homework around here. That's like a classic.
I gotta catch you on the Avengers Endgame. You see that yet?
No.
You're not gonna see it?
I will, but I'm not going to fight the crowd to see it.
No.
I'm gonna take a nap first, and I'm gonna see it in the early afternoon. I'm not
3
going.
hours.
Yeah, that's not a 7 o'clock movie for me.
Let's chat about Jerry Jones. He
Let's.
put a lot of pressure on his Cowboys yesterday. Maybe a little. We'll discuss next.
No mercy.
Let's get to the Cowboys, shall we? They won the NFC East last season, then lost in the divisional round in the playoffs. But Jerry Jones, well, he thinks they'll be better in 2019. Jerry said, quote, "There is no tangible reason we shouldn't be expected to be better than we were last year." Jerry added, "I think we've made improvements coaching-wise. We're going to have real scheme changes on offense that is going to improve us." Kellen Moore is the new offensive coordinator, and Dallas added wide receiver Randall Cobb. We're joined by Fox NFL analyst Mark Schlereth. Mark.
Yes.
Here we go.
Well, this is the million-dollar question
Yep.
around here. Will the Cowboys be even better than last year?
Well, now, understand that I hate the Cowboys with a white-hot intensity of 1,000 suns, okay? As a former skin, I don't like the Cowboys. But I recognize where they are. I think they will be better. You know, we always talk in baseball, strength up the middle. Think about what they've done. They're going to get Travis Frederick back, who's one of the best centers in
And
football.
by the way, you went through his same syndrome.
Guillain-Barré syndrome, Guillain-Barré syndrome. I did. For me, it was about an 18-month recovery. I was very sick for a very long time, but he was not. I don't believe that he was as bad as I was, but he missed the year.
And he got better treatment probably now than then.
Right, exactly. And I had talked to the Cowboys. I think he's doing pretty well, but that's a huge upgrade.
Did your strength come back after 18 months? Did you get back to full strength?
Yeah, it took me probably like 3 months before I lost all the feeling in my arms and legs, and then for 6, 7, 8 months, when I went back to training camp in July, I was 20 pounds lighter than I was when I got sick. And I still had a couple of toes that didn't have feeling in them. So I had several toes that were still numb. And it probably took me until the end of November the following year before I fully got my strength back and got my weight back. So it was about an 18-month process for me.
But then you were back to being you.
Yeah, then I was back to playing well again and being strong and doing all those things. So they'll get him back. Randall Cobb is an interesting kind of piece to the puzzle to me because he can be the slot, he can be outside, he's a great motion guy. I've seen him run the ball out of the backfield in his Green Bay days. He's a guy that has some versatility there. Jason Witten in the middle of the field, I know that Sharpe can outrun him, but he can still get open. I'm just telling you, he just has a feel for leverage and how to leverage guys and how to set guys up. That'll be a security blanket in the middle. And I think this is the best young linebacking core in football. I really do. I think that DeMarcus Lawrence on the edge is a great pass rusher. I think their defensive backfield, Awuzie is a good player. Jones, I do think they're going to be better than 10-6. I think they win this division again.
Wow, case closed.
Well,
Segment
you know what?
over.
Yeah,
happy.
We need to
Skip's
go to
happy.
commercial.
You know, Stick, I don't really like to disagree with you because we had some great funds back in the day with championships. But you're absolutely wrong. Because let me tell you what's working against them. That first place schedule, and I think the biggest reason, the quarterback.
You will not give it up.
No, I'm not going to give it up.
How great he is, you will not give it up.
Well, when he becomes great, I will give him credit. But
really?
he's not great. But anyway, as I was saying, at the Saints, because you know something happens when you play a first place schedule, Steve.
Yeah.
You know, last year you played a second place schedule. You know that. You know what? Well, the year before when you played the first place schedule, what happened, Skip? Took that L. And then this year you come out, you play a second place schedule, and then all of a sudden you're feeling good about yourself. You're pounding your chest. You got Jerry going on national TV. There's no reason whatsoever we should
No
be back.
tangible reason.
No tangible. Yeah, I got a lot of tangible reasons. Things you can put your hands on.
Yeah.
Because like I said, Skip, when you play this first place schedule, that November, woo, when y'all have to go play the Patriots, I just can't wait. Early December, Chicago. You know, Chicago get really cold. That's a night game, too, Steve. I can see that right there.
I kind of like the Cowboys in that game, actually.
Can we get some do right now? Can we get some do right now?
Maybe.
See, look,
We've already got 4 cases on them. So.
Steve, if I would have asked 31 owners, if you think you'll be better than last year, how many owners do you think will say no?
Oh, yeah, they're all going to say yes. They're all going to say yes.
so.
What are they going to believe?
I think one of the things you have to look at, though, you have to look at the division. Like, are the Giants going to be appreciable better? I don't think so.
Nope.
What about the Skins?
Yeah.
Probably not.
Yeah.
You go fly, Eagles, fly. I get that. But they don't have Nick Foles to bail them out if things don't go right.
Because they're going to go right. You think I do something?
Foles is gone. You don't have a security blanket.
You see, that's the problem. That's the problem. When I talk to people, Skip, they get to thinking that something's going to go wrong. Stop believing something's going to go wrong. Always believe that it's going to be right.
So this is the all-time duh to me, because Jerry Jones just stated the most obvious fact in the history of obvious facts. Are they going to be even better? Yeah, they're going to get better, because let's start with Amari Cooper. He's actually there for the whole offseason. He came at midseason last year, and after one debacle of a nightmare of a Monday night game, what happened? They took off because Dak and Amari clicked. And Dak and Amari are probably throwing to each other and catching right now. And you watch Amari Cooper get even more comfortable with the offense and with Dak Prescott, and here they go. Travis Frederick will re-solidify that offensive line. It'll be the best in football. And they keep drafting kids. They got another Connor, this from Penn State. They're loaded in the offensive line, and they're deep in the offensive line. Randall Cobb is a little bit of an upgrade over Cole Beasley, just a little bit, for all the reasons you detail, because you can split him out, you can hand it to him, you can do more things. He's a little bigger man than Cole Beasley. He can get behind people in ways Cole Beasley could not. Robert Quinn is only 28 years of age. I just think he'll take it up one more level, and he will help their pass rush.
He hadn't done that since
Okay,
2015.
well, just watch. George Iloka has started only 79 games in the NFL. He will help the safety.
Last year.
Yeah, okay, but just watch. He's only 28 years of age. And to your point, Jalen Smith and Leighton Vander Esch will only be a little better, if not a lot better this year, and they're already really good. So that leaves me my quarterback and my running back. They are just entering their prime. That's all they're doing is entering. They now get it. They know how to be pros, how to play pro football, and here they go. And watch, both of them will have even better years than they had last year.
Oh, I expect Zeke to.
Yeah.
I expect Zeke because he's how you butter's bread.
So how do you...
Bread is butter.
Yeah,
I was like,
that's okay.
I'm going to let that go.
That's okay. I was just going to let it go.
No, don't let it go.
I still like
He
it.
didn't really believe it. So
Yes,
he
I do.
messed it up.
Yes.
It was a Freudian
No,
slip
no,
because you
Skip.
didn't really believe
Skip,
it.
you know
so
how-
it came out wrong
Sting.
because it came out of your heart wrong.
Okay. You love what Sting had to say.
Yeah.
Sting, this is a run-based football team. Am I correct?
Should be, yes.
It's a run-based football team.
So would you believe that my quarterback had the most game-winning drives of any quarterback over the last 3 NFL seasons?
He's put him
That's
in harm's way the
extraordinary.
most.
Oh, really? But he
But
sure pulled him out of a lot of holes.
I will tell you, there's several things that are going to be integral or are very important to them having that success. One is how do they continue to transition Dak Prescott into the pocket? Because his pocket presence, holding on to the ball too long, taking sacks that he
Sometimes he
shouldn't.
did. I agree.
Sometimes,
Yep.
so that's an issue. And part of that was, and I thought it was wise by the Cowboys and by Scott Linehan, who's no longer there.
And by the way, you
right,
played college football with him.
played college with Scott, but transitioning him out of, hey, like, we're going to run the ball 6 or 7 design quarterback runs. We're going to do some things. They've really transitioned him out. And I think that's from a longevity standpoint. And I think it's a smart decision. But there were some growing pains with that last year. How does he, in a new offense, and I don't think it'll be that new. I mean, I think the terminology will be the same. But how does he continue that progression? How does he continue to evolve as a pocket passer where you're not counting on his athleticism, his edge presence, his ability to run the ball?
Yep.
You're not counting on those things to essentially keep drives alive, because I think that's something that they have to continue to do.
Okay, but he can still hurt you on occasion with his legs. He is
Especially
a big,
in the
strong
red zone.
man.
Especially in the red zone.
That
They
run
need to
against
keep that up.
Seattle last year, can they show it again?
No, we don't need
Show
to
it again.
30-14.
Show it again.
Now,
I gotta
be
see
ashamed
it.
of himself.
I gotta
30
See it.
40. Look at this.
Look at this. Watch this.
Let me see. Yep, that's where it is. Red zone stuff.
Hey,
Somersault.
but let me ask
Was
you a
that not
question.
the play of the
But let me
year?
ask you a question. If they had so much confidence in his ability to throw the ball, are they doing that with Drew Brees?
Time
Are they doing that
out.
with
You're
Drew-
missing
No,
the
no, no,
point.
no,
The point is, no disrespect to your college teammate, but I don't think Scott Linehan and Dak Prescott ever were on quite the same page. I'm not sure Scott ever bought, I call him Shannon Linehan, because he never quite bought into Dak Prescott. Kellen Moore and Dak Prescott have become soulmates, and I'm not exaggerating that. They are very close. They think alike. They have the same quarterback mind, because Kellen Moore was a good college quarterback.
Yeah.
That's all he was. But again,
And Dak was a good college quarterback.
okay, he has been a really good pro quarterback.
Okay,
too,
good
yeah.
though. We ain't
Okay.
great. Don't say long. You good.
Okay.
Not great.
Who's calling plays?
You know what? I can't answer that because I have a fear that Jason Garrett's going to have a hand in that, and that concerns me. But right here, right now, it's Kellen Moore, and that's going to be a whole. Listen, Kellen Moore is a coach's kid who has a big mind. He's got big creativity. You're going to see big, different wrinkles from Dak Prescott next
Yeah,
year.
and you know what? Guess what? I don't care who the chef is, but as long as you have somebody come in there, the owner of the restaurant come and mess the dish up, because who's the owner of the Cowboys? No matter what dish they serve up, guess what, Skip Bayless? At the end of the day, he'll mess it up.
At the end of the day, he's got 3 Super Bowl trophies in his office. 3.
When was
That's
the
a
last
lot.
time that happened?
It was a couple of years ago.
Jenny was 2 last time y'all won a title.
I don't think Jenny was.
I was
I don't think she was
little older
born.
than
That was 2, and
older
me,
than that.
I was like a teenager.
Really?
The last time they won one. Okay, maybe not teen.
Maybe not
Maybe
teen.
maybe like early 20s.
Yeah.
Early 20s, Skip. Now look at me.
Well, maybe next year that's all going to change.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
No, it's not. See,
Hey.
this is what he wants to happen, Steve. The Super Bowl is on Fox. There's a chance that we're going to be going to Miami. And he wants all those Cowboy greats to come strolling
Wouldn't
on
it get any better?
and relive the glory days. But that's not going to happen, bro. That's not going to happen.
Live on Fox.
Live on Fox.
Yeah, the game's
Already
still gonna be on Fox.
counting
Yeah.
down the
Cowboys
days.
won't.
Okay, Mark, thank you for
There you
joining
go.
us
Fox
today.
would love it if they were on.
Yeah,
Trust
I
me.
think they'd
And we
complain.
love it. We love it. We love it. Hey, we take anybody.
We take anybody.
We're not going to take anyone.
Take America's team.
Should Cam Newton be
Kansas
worried
City.
about Will Greer taking
Patriots.
his job? That's interesting. We'll discuss next.
No mercy.
Panthers drafted former West Virginia quarterback Will Greer in the 3rd round last week. The move was very rare for Carolina since they hadn't drafted a quarterback since 2011. The QB was, well, that quarterback was Cam Newton, and Greer appears to already know the pecking order in Carolina. Let's take a listen.
You got to know how to play your role and do what's best for the team in all aspects, and that's really what I'm here to do, is to support Cam and be there for him, try to push him and make him better, be there for anything he needs, but also part of my job is to be ready to go when my name is called.
All right, Shannon, what do you read into Greer's comments?
Is Will Greer an emotional support animal? What the hell is that, Skip? I'm just here to support Cam. No, you're not. You there to try and take his job. That's what you're trying to do. Now, he said all the right things publicly.
He did.
Skip, hey, I'm just here. I just want to get whatever Cam needs. I'm going to get it for Cam. I'm just going to support Cam. I'm trying to get this job. That's what I'm here for. When you get drafted or you come into the NFL, your goal, no one says, man, if I can just be a 15-year backup or a 10-year backup, I'll be good. You want to start, Skip. You want to play. This young man wants to play. Yeah. He believes he's good enough to be a starter in the NFL. And it just so happens he went to a team that the guys won an MVP, and it happened to be Cam Newton. He's saying all the right things, but we know deep down he wants that starting job. It's going to be up to Cam to keep him out of it.
It's also going to be up to Cam to be healthy enough to even play week 1.
Yes.
Because he had a terrible shoulder injury, and it just hampered him the whole year last year to the point he couldn't throw it 20 yards. And he had it cleaned up, and yet he hasn't thrown any balls from what I read yet, so he hasn't even tried his shoulder. So I think they took Will Greer, who, as you know, I really like, second best quarterback in the draft. I think they took him not only as long-term, I think they took him as potential short-term.
Insurance?
He's an insurance.
Okay.
But he's He's an older draftee because he was at Florida first.
Okay.
He's 24 years of age.
Good gracious.
He has a wife and a daughter, so he's a more mature kid at this point.
Right.
And again, I've said it from the start, he's got the it factor. He's got two of his siblings who are big internet stars, and he's a pretty big star in and of himself. He didn't have a good year last year at West Virginia. It was really good. It was 38 touchdowns to 7 interceptions.
Wasn't
He
Tua's
can
numbers, but
wing
okay.
it. Well, I don't know. I just think he can win. I think he's a little better than Tua. I do. From what I've seen so far, Tua kind of came apart at the end.
Stop it, Skip. He came apart to the tune of 42-6.
Okay, well, again, he was playing for Alabama. He was playing for West Virginia.
Okay.
But that shootout with Kyler, whew, that was a special game on a Friday night. I watched the whole thing. That was a classic. That's an instant classic, right?
Okay.
Was it 59-56, I believe? So the point is, if Will Grier got thrown into the NFL fire week 1 in Charlotte, it wouldn't be too big for him. He would be able to stand up to it. He's that talented, and I think his poise is that strong. So he's got the right intangibles. He said the right things.
Yes.
Again, does he want the job this year? Not hugely, but I think he thinks he's positioned to have a long career in Charlotte.
Right.
And the fairy tale to all this is he grew up just a few miles up the road from Charlotte in Davidson.
Yeah.
So he's
Rooting
like
for them.
Steph.
Rooting
He's
for
got a
that
little
team.
Steph.
It is a good fit in that
Yep.
sense.
Yeah, it's going to be, like you said, a lot's going to be dependent on Cam's health. How soon this kid plays. Because I don't think he can beat Cam out for the job. But if Cam's banged up, and it's like, well, how much longer are we going to keep playing a guy $21, $22 million, and he's playing, 10 games, 12 games a season? Then that makes all, real Grier is very much in play.
And since his MVP season, which was extraordinary, Cam has not quite lived up to that. So he's had a couple of rocky seasons. I just think you have like cauliflower body after a while, like a boxer does, where you just get hit so many times, everything aches. He has taken a lot of punishment, and I'm not sure how much more he can take going forward. So can they make him all pocket passer? Can he just exist?
No,
in pocket?
because so much of what he does, it scares you, is his ability outside of the pocket.
Yep.
But I think the thing is what hurt him is that they call him quarterback powers. You pull the guard and the tackle and then have Cam lead. I mean, really? I understand you call some diagram runs for the quarterback, Skip, maybe a quarterback draw, but you're not running power with your quarterback. And he's going to have to do a better job of getting rid of the ball, too. Cam will hold on to the ball also, Skip.
Yep.
So he needs to know, get rid of the football. Hey, live to see another day. It's okay.
Yep.
That'll be interesting to have that competition, though.
It will. And yet even Cam's leadership has been questioned because his body language doesn't always live up to being the leader of the team. He's had some off-field issues with the media. So I don't know. He's teetering a little bit, and this kid is in the perfect position to take them into the future.
Cam ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
Not
Well, he
going
may not.
anywhere?
If he's healthy, and again, this could be the best thing that ever happened to Cam because this will relight this fire.
Could. Yeah, it could. Let's talk about a different quarterback, actually. Tom Brady has been hanging out actually in our neighborhood here
Really?
in LA.
Brentwood.
We'll discuss what he has been up to. I don't think he's hanging with this guy. Next.
No mercy.
Time for our final topic of the day. Apparently, Tom Brady is hanging out in our neck of the woods. Yesterday, the GOAT posted some pics
The GOAT?
working out at
Yep.
UCLA. Brady tweeted, quote, morning work on the West Coast. So,
interesting.
Skip,
Yeah.
what is your reaction to this?
So Tom Brady's here to be on Jimmy Kimmel tonight, and he does own an off-season home in the exclusive Brentwood section of Los Angeles, where one LeBron James now lives.
Yeah.
So as long as Tom Brady is in the neighborhood, that makes LeBron James the second best athlete in Brentwood.
Stop
Am I
playing.
right?
No, it does
yeah,
not.
the second
No,
best
no,
athlete
no,
in
no.
Brentwood. We're talking about the all-time
Third, because I
GOAT.
live in Brentwood.
Oh,
Third, why you talking?
Yeah. Shannon, don't you love this, that Tom Brady is so dedicated? He calls up UCLA and says, could you get 3 of your kids to come out, UCLA Bruin receivers, and I'll throw to them, and then I'll take a picture with them? And what got me about the picture is Brady looks like the youngest one in the picture with the 3 kids.
No, he does not. You know what? He needs to stop, you know.
He looks really
Maybe
young.
not the youngest.
He could have called me up. I got a couple of flat routes in me, a shallow
you?
crosser. Yeah, stick or
but you
seam.
don't have any knees left. I don't know.
Like I said, I can't stop and change direction. I can just keep going going straight, Skip.
Yeah.
Look, he's very dedicated.
Yeah.
There's a reason why he's played and had the success is because there are really no off days for him. And I got no problem with this, Skip. I know you wanted me to beat him up. Nah, hey, that's what Tom, I was like that. No, I wasn't. No, I
You
wasn't.
realize Tom Brady had a house in Brentwood long before LeBron ever thought about living in Brentwood.
You know
right?
what, Skip?
Huh?
He started the trend.
He's
really-
from Cali.
Yeah.
So I was.
Well, he's from Northern Cali.
Yeah, but he don't want to go way up there.
No?
He want to be down here in the southern area.
Yeah.
Yeah, he want a Hollywood life too while you bull jiving, writing books, and every time I see him that bed, what that bed? You got that bed, don't you?
Stop.
You got that
All
Tom
right.
Brady bed?
That is it
Yeah,
for
you
us.
do.
We'll be back tomorrow morning at 9:30 Eastern. Right now, Colin tells you why Kevin Durant.
No mercy.
Thanks for listening to the Undisputed podcast. I'm Jenny Taft. Join us again at the same time tomorrow morning, 9:30 Eastern. We'll see you then.
Fox Sports 1 of 1.